first 20 minutes of the show before I
Oh,
noticed.
oh fuck.
So anyway, that's great because now we can start again right at the beginning. Can you remember your
Okay.
orders?
Yes.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to Mojo Radio, episode 439 for Sunday, the 19th of November 2017. I'm your host, Mark Webb, Gamertag, PSN ID, Steam ID, and Xbox ID, Webby417, and joining me today is...
Here I come to save the day. It's Collie Wally.
I've just smashed someone's head in on this game. It's number one Stuntmaster.
Someone's nicked my fucking intro. So my damn.
And it's Sensei Switch.
Hey, how are we all doing?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, you stupid bitch.
Right, guys, like, there is... Can you not play games while we record, please?
Sorry.
Oh, it's nice to have you all back. Nice to have you all back for a change, you fucking lazy bastards.
Nick, my fucking intro.
Yeah, so, guys, like, it's been ages since I've had you all on, especially you, Colin, and you, Dan. You're just never available these days.
Yeah, no, I'm usually pissed, mate.
Well, I know that you're either always pissed or you're at the cinema. Colin's just a workaholic or he's at church. So, we are going to try and record on different days if we can. It is a bit difficult sometimes just to organise in advance. But we will, Colin, if you will be available on some Saturdays, that would be awesome. And then we'll do a show on some Saturdays.
Yep.
Yeah, so loving it.
Tell us what's happened. What's happened? Tell us.
Anyway, so I wanted to have a discussion, and this is sort of discussion that I would normally have behind closed doors with you guys on our own. You know, we have our personal Twitter group called Mojo Veterans, and we chat about the back of stuff behind the scenes and that. But I did want to talk about this stuff in particular with everybody. No, and I think we should be open and honest, not hide anything from people. I've noticed a worrying trend this year, and I want to get to the bottom of it. So, with our hosting platform, we can see how many downloads we're getting per show. So, the first 6 months of the year, per episode, we were getting over 4,000 downloads per show, which is pretty good, We don't do it for the amount of listeners, we do it really for the love of it, but I have noticed, and it is a little bit disheartening when you do lose people, and I've noticed that the last 8 shows that we've done, in particular, have only achieved a maximum of 700 downloads each. So I want to know what's going on. What are we doing that's made us lose thousands of people on downloads an episode? And I mean, I can attribute it to a couple of things in my mind. One of them is obviously we're struggling to get people on the show. A lot of the shows have only been like 2 or 3 people. Maybe the fact that we've gone less from obviously the old days of like pure Xbox, and now we are really truly multi-platform. You've got me, who I mainly game on PC. I've been talking about it a lot because it's
now.
Because it's exciting. You build a new PC and you want to talk about it. But the games are available on all platforms, so that's in my mind. Well, we're talking about the games anyway that are available on all platforms. We're talking about Nintendo a lot as well, because we've all got Switches and we've got Nintendo Arcade on, talking about his retro stuff, which I love those conversations. I think they're absolutely brilliant. We're doing, in particular, a lot of PlayStation chat as well. And I'm just trying to get my head round where, what we're doing that's really making people turn off to us. You know what I mean? It's just strange to me.
Is it the hosts as well? Is it myself? Just say, send us a tweet, or whatever. If it is an issue with us, But yeah, it's not good.
It is strange, but I mean, I was in a bit of a shit place on Friday when I was just looking at it and I'm in an hour, and because obviously I've got a baby due in 5 weeks' time. I'm going to struggle to do the recordings, I think, especially in the first few months. So I think we're going to have quite a lot of weeks with no shows at the beginning of next year. It's our 10-year anniversary of the show in February as well.
Yep.
10 years.
I know, mate. It's crazy. 10 whole bloody years, and a lot has changed. But, a big thing in my mind on Friday was thinking about, do we really want to carry on with the show? And I know we've stopped before, and, I've been really thinking about it hard, and it's something that I really do look forward to doing every week. I love talking to you guys. It's freaking awesome, and it's not, I don't want to, stop the show just because our listeners are down, because I just like it. It's a nice opportunity just to talk to my mates and have a laugh and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're not going to end the show, even though it was something that I was really thinking of doing, but I think it's one of those decisions you need to think about hard. It's something that I don't think we're going to do at the moment. I want to get to our 10-year anniversary and celebrate that and have a really good time. Maybe try and get some old hosts on as well for that show. So I'm going to try and start organising that soon. So that'll be cool. But one of the issues that we do have, and one that really, pisses me off, is, not having the hosts available like I used to. So what I'm going to do, and I've already put the shout out on Facebook, is we're going to start having try to get at least one community member on the show per week now, starting from next week. So I've put a shout out on the Facebook group. Loads of people have put their hands up. So if you're not part of the Facebook group, please join. If you really don't want to do Facebook and you don't have Facebook, email me, webby@mojo-interactive.net, saying, Webby, I'd love to come on, and then I'll reply and we'll try and sort something out. So everybody who's replied in the Facebook group at the moment, I will try and get you on, at least one of you on per show. So that will be super awesome. So that's kind of what I wanted to announce, really, was trying to get the community more involved, if that makes sense, because I think that's pretty cool for people. Just to try and get more engagement, really. I'm just trying to think of other ways that we can get people more engaged. I don't know, because we do the questions. We are trying with the Twitch stuff, but not a lot of people listen live, really. So the only people I can see on the Twitch at the moment is Hogarth, and that's it. So, and
good evening, Hogarth.
And he says he loves you, Stumpy.
Thank you.
But he also says, in his opinion, starting straight with what you play is not a great way to start the show, especially if you're talking about the same games again. Maybe start with a proper news section and talk about the week's gaming hot topics.
Yes.
I thought of that. I thought about
Loot boxes.
Loot boxes, yeah. So we must start with that.
Let's talk about EA.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll try and change it up a little bit. What we do try and do as well is when we do what we've been playing is, so if I mention, I don't know, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is a game I've been playing, and then Darren's got it on his list, Darren should chime in when I do it and not repeat it again, just for that continuity as well. But yeah, I mean, we're really open to ideas, so, I really think listeners should feel like they can chime in, send us messages on Facebook or email me or on the Twitch chat saying, look, I think you should try this, and we'll be listening. We're not going to be offended by it. Just fucking tell us. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, so that's all I really want to talk about, really. So in summary, December and the first few months of next year are going to be really difficult for me, I think, just to get shows done for a lot of weeks, which is understandable. Those of you that have got kids will probably understand a lot more. And yeah, we're really going to try to get the community people on. I'm actually going to try and get Bongo on as well. I've been chatting to him this week.
I think he's been on once before, hasn't
he has,
he?
yeah. So I've been chatting to him the last couple of days ago. Going to try and get him on in the next few weeks as well, so that'd be pretty cool. So cool stuff. And Hoke, I've just said, why don't I start an ideas thread on Discord? Good idea. So
There was just a little thing. I did actually mention it ages ago in Discord, and I didn't actually do anything about it because I didn't really get much response. I did actually have a quiz thing that I had sorted out as well, whether people were into it or not, just for the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
But this is done. This is done in a kind of guess who. I've nicked a bit of an idea from IGN, but done it slightly different. Basically, do you remember Guess Who, the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, basically, it's like that, but you're doing a video character. So, give us some thoughts back on that. Tell us what you think.
Also, I think now we've actually finally got Dan on, we need to sort this pinball tournament out as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Dan.
When's the next meetup? That's what I care about.
Eurogamer next year. Probably. Had a really good time at Eurogamer this year. The actual event was a bit rubbish, but the night out was good. So, yeah, guys, have you got anything you want to chuck out there before we get into games and stuff?
Let's kick it. Let's kick loot boxes to the fucking curb. Let's do it.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So
Jump on it and kill it.
So there's been a massive thing this week about Star Wars Battlefront 2 and EA with the loot boxes for the game, and they've actually backtracked a little bit now because I can't remember what country was it that's investigating them
for gambling.
Yeah.
I think it was Norway, wasn't it, or Sweden? One of them two.
Yeah, one of the European places.
Yeah, but they were investigating them and Overwatch, weren't they? I think.
For gambling.
Overwatch ain't gambling.
Okay, Colin, we believe you. Do you pay real money for stuff? For loot boxes?
You can, but you don't need to.
Well, this is the same thing as in Star Wars. Well, I don't know how in depth it is with Star Wars, because a lot of people say, no, it's pay to win. You've got to play for like
Overwatch from Gears of War or any other thing where you can spend some money and open a box.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like...
Nah.
I don't know. I mean...
It's when you pay for progression. That's the issue.
Yeah.
And Gears of War and Overwatch isn't progression when you buy a loot box. So you earn them. You earn some skins. You get kudos when you're playing a game with people because you've got the brand new skin by a certain character, and it kind of fuels the local economy with this. The problem I think everyone's got with Star Wars is that inherently there is a decent game there. That's once you remove all the microtransactions and you work out how you're going to manage your progression. And the problem with Star Wars Battlefront is that they've done this via putting in this stupid economy whereby you earn crystals or you can buy parts which you can uncraft and craft and get more crystals or whatever. And then everyone's favourite characters, Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. But someone worked out it takes 40 hours if you weren't to spend any money you could get a reasonable chance of unlocking them. And everyone just went, well, I want to play as Darth Vader. I want to play as Luke Skywalker. Why can't I play? Why do I have to pay 40 hours? 40 hours is a fucking long time. I don't spend 40 hours on a game. I haven't even put more than 25 hours into Mario Kart 8 on the Switch yet.
You're still under level 30 in Overwatch.
I'm level 27, 20. I know, it's pathetic. I am never going to unlock those characters. I don't have a problem with progression. I don't have a problem with people grinding and earning stuff, as long as everyone has a fair chance of earning it.
But
what
the
I don't
items
like
are earnable and not just RNG based, and you can never get them again. Which was the problem with the Gears card packs, was the fact that it was they were timed, and if you didn't get through the RNG, you were fucked. And it was like that was why I gave up on that game.
Well, the Gears is different because it's skins and it's not essentially it's stuff you can use in Hold or whatever. It's not pay to win, no, exactly. The other issue, and I did read an article about this quite interestingly. If you bought the deluxe version of Battlefront 2, you because you don't get a season pass in this. All your content is literally free. So whenever they do a map pack, out it comes, everyone gets it. And the Battlefront, it was literally you get a shit ton of loot crates which you unlock, or you get some really really good weapons off the bat, and immediately you pay an extra 30 quid to run around a multiplayer and score against all the noobs. That's not how you do things, I'm afraid. It's turned me off the game big time. I mean, Battlefront, original Star Wars Battlefront, came out a couple of years ago, was my game of the year. I love that game. I'm not even going to touch this at the moment. I'm not.
No, there's a lot of people that won't touch the game. And the other thing as well, did you know that if you actually wanted to, well, this is before EA did backtrack, but did you know that if you wanted to unlock everything of the game in Battlefront 2, as in if you wanted to pay for it, it would cost you £2,000. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
That really is. But the thing
is, people would pay that. Some idiots out there pay that, though.
Well, yeah, but you get that with FIFA. I mean, I read something. There's all this stuff that's happened now with EA, and they've backtracked on Battlefront, could cause them a problem with FIFA, because people do the ultimate teams on FIFA. And they were chatting to one guy, and he said he just spent £350 on packs, and they asked him, "Why did you do that?" He said, "Well, because my son loves the game. It's the only game he'll play all year. So, and I've got spare income, so I'm going to spend that." But he's part of the problem.
Yeah,
so
it affects everyone, because they won't get rid of them while they're still making money off them.
And then the other thing to boil, your piss, is the fact being that people say, "Oh, games are costing so much more to make." EA make 990 million from flipping FIFA.
Yeah,
wow.
They make ridiculous money on that. So
they've also scaled back on their releases as well. So you don't get as many original content. You get licenses, licensed sports games. You get the occasional original one. You get the Need for Speed every year or so, or maybe every 2 years.
Won't be for a while after this one.
And whatever else. Essentially, I mean, their jewel in the crown at the moment is clearly Star Wars. So they're looking to monetize that as much as possible. It's their business model.
Yeah, but it's just sad though, isn't it? Because they've pushed the game out full price on all platforms, and then when you play the beta, it's like, fucking hell, it's pay to win, because all the loot boxes you get give you stuff to boost your actual stats for your characters in the game, you see. So one player's got an unfair advantage over another. And that's just wrong. If it's just for skins or whatever, then you wouldn't really care about that. You wouldn't. Could kind of just be like, yeah, it's a skin, whatever. But it's actually boosting your stats, and it's boosting the stats for the big characters that you can call in as well, like Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, like you were saying earlier. But now, obviously, EA have pulled back on that for the time being. I'm not sure what's going to happen in the future, if they're going to bring that in or not.
Well, this is a PR clusterfuck, as we call it. It
truly
disaster.
Absolute
disaster. Whether or not I don't, we'll get some kind of soft launch, microtransactions coming in, but no one is talking about the game itself, the gameplay, the graphics.
Well, can I talk about it?
If you want, I haven't played it.
Okay, so I just want to say that Hogarth put someone in the... Hogarth, you should just come on the show, man. Disney have threatened to pull their Star Wars license if they don't sort the mess out, because obviously the PR fallout that it's had.
You don't mess with Disney.
Mate, they're freaking huge. But anyway, because I've got EA Access, you get the latest games, you get a 10-hour trial. So with the latest Star Wars, you get the first 3 campaign missions and as much multiplayer as you want for 10 hours. So I've played the first campaign mission and I really enjoyed that. It was really, really fun. Just kind of really good graphics, which is sweet, great. It's Star Wars, you want it to look as pretty as possible. The graphics in this game are stunning. It's absolutely great. So if you're a Star Wars fan like Peeps or someone, you're going to feel really immersed in this game. The campaign is kind of like the usual fare of... so the beginning mission, you're actually a character for the dark side, the Imperial Army or whatever they're called, and you get captured and you need to do some cool stuff and escape. I really enjoyed that first mission. That was really, really fun. I've played about 3 hours of the multiplayer with a few people in the community, including Wes, and it's really enjoyable. So it reminds me a lot of Battlefield, because... you're in like this big open map and you get, say, a game mode where you have to escort the AT-ATs, and then if you accrue enough points throughout that, you can claim different characters, like Darth Maul or whoever, or you can go into like one of the spaceships and fly around, like in Battlefield, one of the planes, and it's just really, really fun. It's just good old-fashioned multiplayer. And the sad thing is, the graphics are great, the gameplay's really, really fun, and all people can think about is the loot box issue, so they're not buying it or picking it up. And everyone who I've spoken to has played the 10-hour trial has really enjoyed the game, but they're not going to buy it because of the loot boxes.
Yep.
It's a shame for DICE themselves who actually developed the game, because I can guarantee the whole microtransaction shit isn't down to them.
Mm-hmm.
They were just ordered to do that, and obviously, like you say, they've made a beautiful looking game, and all the presses about it at all is like, look at this rip-off, look at this fucking blatant money grabbing and like the loot box thing and all the rest of it.
But can we just mention one thing? It's good that people have actually, done a stand on this, because otherwise this bullshit will just carry on.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'd like to see where this goes next week on their figures for how many. I mean, they're going to sell a lot of this, but is it going to sell as well as they expected? Because I really hope that this game has a mass issue, as in doesn't sell well, because then that will really bite them on the ass, and then it will actually make other companies think about it. Because I know 2K were thinking about this, that all their games in future are all going to have this microtransaction bollocks. So this could be a wake-up call.
2K stuff, like a lot of people are like, oh, this would be Red Dead, but it'd just be something similar to like the shark card stuff they sell for GT Online, which doesn't affect me at all because I don't bother with that, really.
Well, GTA is different in that you spend real world money to get in-game cash, and you just buy.
It's like a life simulator, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not a problem because it's not play to win. It's a dicking about contest.
That's right.
Online. You go online and you just piss about, and it's great fun.
And when you get down the route of, as you just said there, play to win, any game that has play to win where someone else can get an advantage over you is a disaster. I mean, how many times do you play a game that's you've played a year later than everyone else because you didn't play it for the multiplayer, and you jump into the game and everyone knows that the whole map, they know all the little exploits, they know where to hide, they know where to knock a wall down, there's something hidden there, and you get destroyed as soon as you start the game. You can understand that because you didn't jump onto it on launch. But if you've got a game where you play on launch and just someone else has got more money than you to spend on the game, that's when it's a disaster. Yep. I mean, I struggle to win as it is on games, let alone flipping else. I don't see why I should. Oh, maybe you should pay for this, but no, I don't want to do that.
No, you already paid for the content on the game.
That's
on the disc.
Right.
If the content is already on the disc, why are you putting a paywall across it? Why?
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I just want to chime in with these EA games as well is, I'm not seeing the point in even buying them if you've got EA access now, because being burnt by Titanfall 2, been burnt by Battlefield, been burnt by Mass Effect. All of them came out, and within a year they went into the vault on EA Access.
Not even a year. I think Titanfall was about 6 months.
Yeah, so it's like, well, why am I going to waste money buying this game when I know that within a year I'm going to get it as part of my subscription?
I actually stopped my EA Access subscription because I wasn't playing any of the games on it. I had all this stuff clogging up my hard drive.
Fair.
So I just stopped it completely. Oh well, never mind.
Yeah, so loot boxes in general have just been a bit of a pain in the arse. I mean, they're great. If you've got a free-to-play game, then yeah, you can see, you've got to make money somehow. But pushing out a game at 50 quid and then pushing the loot box thing, it's just taking the fucking piss.
Problem is we're in a different era of gaming now, because you've got games like PUBG that 20 million people will buy that game that's not even a full-price title. And
but it's so good.
But other people are now looking at that. Even Fortnite, a free-to-play game that has got map pack, packs you can buy in it, but you don't need to. But as I say, all of these people are now looking at that, and then AAA games, as in like the story games, don't sell that well, do they? These days, I mean, certain ones do, but I mean, what was it? I read this week, Resident Evil 7, 4 million copies that sold, which is nothing.
To think that the absolutely terrible Resident Evil 6 sold more copies than RE7, which was actually a survival horror game, is saddening as hell.
And did you know that Resident Evil 6, which did sell the most out of all of them, only sold 7 million copies. That is, compared to what other games have done, 7 million. I mean, look at Square. Was it Square Soft? Is it for Tomb Raider? They sold 7 million. They weren't happy.
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, I remember when selling 4 million copies of a game was shitloads, and now it's because there's more gamers out there. They're expecting bigger sales, but.
Right, would you, in all honesty, like say something like the Star Wars Battlefront, would you be willing to sort of like pay an extra £5 to £10 more than a standard game for them to remove all the microtransaction loot shit out of it?
No, because they shouldn't be there in the first place.
Yeah, true.
It's I'm waiting. I will probably buy it, but I'm waiting for a heavily discounted
Price drop,
version.
yeah.
Heavily discounted. It will happen.
Yeah, because my daughter wants to play as well, because she's been playing the first one tonight, actually, and she plays that Heroes and Villains mode. She really likes that. And to be honest, I play the game. Yeah, it's a good game, you know, as a Star Wars fan, but I've put my foot down at the moment.
Well, you don't want to feel ripped off, do you? That's the thing.
No. Buying any game at this time of year is a bit of a, like, flip of the coin, because it could end up in a bloody cut price sale a week later.
Well, you look at the Bethesda games.
Mario.
You look at Evil Within 2
nuts.
and Wolfenstein 2, £25 on digital, on console. That's dirt cheap. Yeah. And it was really funny because I went into town today and Game were like, oh, look at our sale on Wolfenstein, it's 30 quid. I was like, I could go on the Xbox store and download that for 25. It's just like I'm living in an alternate universe here, because stuff on Xbox Live is usually really expensive.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just an early Black Friday sale, isn't it? What other sort of stuff did they have on sale at Game, or was it just that?
Oh, no, because I didn't go, and I literally just walked past and just saw it on the window.
Oh, right.
So. Yeah, because some of them have started their sales early. I mean, PlayStation haven't done their sale yet. They will do one on Black Friday, won't they, at some point on the store?
Well, they are doing a sale at the moment, because I picked up Everybody's Golf on there for £18.
Still not cheap though, is it?
Yeah, but it's like 30 quid, isn't it?
26
or whatever.
It's not that dear. It was £25 it was supposed to be, but it seems to be. I mean, Game always puts a tenner on everything anyway.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I bought Call of
Duty.
Duty.
They're RRP, aren't they, all the time?
That was 50, but because I had £12 on the Game thing, it cost me 38. So it worked out to me. Oh, that's what it should be. You know?
So, talking about shit EA games, then I just want to move on to Need for Speed.
Yeah, how shit is it?
Well was that?
Well, because I've been playing obviously EA Access again. I'm gonna be like the black sheep here. I'm quite enjoying it. Yeah, well, so I'm a massive fan of the Fast and the Furious movie, so I don't have very good taste anyway.
Then.
So this is like Fast and the Furious, the game, and it's got a really cheesy story. You know,
is there a submarine going through ice chasing them?
No, there isn't. Well, not yet.
Does it have a 15-mile?
But it is
runway in the world.
Do you do a jump from skyscraper to skyscraper?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, in a plastic car.
But it is, you know, it's super arcade. You got this massive open world. I'm not going to buy it because, again, I know it's going to be on EA Access at some point. It's okay. It's got one of those cheesy stories, you know, like the Fast and Furious.
Let's talk about the cut screen acting.
Go
How shit
on.
is
it's better than the last one, but it's still not great.
Well, that was terrible.
We've gone from Hollyoaks
to
Brookside.
Pretty much. It's just hilarious because it's not the real world acting anymore. It's you know,
what?
It's in-game cutscenes with in-game graphics.
Okay, but with cheesy characters.
Still cheesy characters, yeah.
Being cool and zany and hip.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so this game is based in Need for Speed: The Run Part 2.
Kind of, but the thing is though, like I love arcadey races, which is just.
Are there microtransactions?
I don't know. I've not. If there are, I haven't seen them. I can't answer yes or no because all I'm playing is the trial.
News.
So.
Okay.
There probably is, knowing EA. There's probably shortcut pass to buy or something. I don't.
Yeah, there will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
But
TAS
yeah,
special, yeah.
it is fun, but I mean, even if I had the cash, I wouldn't buy it right now because I'm playing Forza 7 and Gran Turismo at the moment, and those are kind of my racing games of choice at the
And
moment.
those are
So
far superior, better games, no doubt.
they are indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just wanted to mention Need for Speed because we're talking about EA. So, anything else we want to talk about before we talk about games
Well,
that we've been playing? Okay.
I just want Need for Speed, which I don't think is going to happen now because I think this one's going to flop. I think
will flop.
I would like them to go back to Need for Speed Most Wanted, and I'll be happy.
Yep.
I don't understand how they can go from really good Need for Speed games to just dog turd.
Or bring Burnout.
Because they've taken Criterion off to basically do other stuff that isn't really racing games anymore. I mean, they did the last two pretty reasonable Need for Speeds, or they were involved in them anyway, like Hot Pursuit and stuff, and like the remake of like Most Wanted, was it, or was it the one before that?
It was Most Wanted, and then you had Need for Speed. What was the one that came out? Good God, my memory's screwed. The one that came out with launch Rivals, yes.
That was online only though, wasn't it? That was a disaster.
It was,
from day one.
That was Ghost Games. That was, which was I think still based in where was it?
Chelmsford or somewhere, is it, or somewhere?
No, it's what's the bloody
on my way out.
Well, they're
you know where it is, Weddy.
Well, they're the ones that have done this one as well.
Yeah,
Ghost Games. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to give it a Google.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall I get into what I've been playing then?
Go on.
Because there's quite a few games to get through. But I will try and get through them as quickly as possible. So, first game, Call of Duty World War 2. Anyone else been playing that?
Sorry?
Call of Duty World War 2.
Yeah, I bought this.
Have you played much of it, Stumpy?
I haven't played any multiplayer, but I played three sections of the campaign. And I'm quite surprised, actually. The actual campaign is actually really, really good. It's the best Call of Duty campaign I've played for a while because it's quite realistic and it's not. I wouldn't say it's just run and gun all the time because there is certain sections where you've got to be a little bit more tactical. You can't just run out in the middle of certain spaces because you will just get destroyed by the Nazis.
They've done away with the the health regen as well, haven't they, from the previous?
Yeah, but I'm really enjoying. I haven't played the multiplayer yet because I did buy it on the Xbox as well because I was going to play it with Webby and a few others, but no one's bothered to play it with me yet. But then I haven't been around either, which doesn't help.
Yeah, I've been a little bit busy.
Yeah. But it looks good. It's good.
Yeah, the campaigns, because I love World War II stuff anyway, so the thing that I love about it, I've only done the first campaign mission because I've been playing a majority of it online, but it's just cool because you go back to, you're rushing the Normandy beach and you got to get in the Bangalores and blow up the fence. It's just like it's like playing Saving Private Ryan. It really, really is, that opening scene of the film. And I was just like, I know it's a Call of Duty game and it's meant to suck, but I'm loving it. It's just so good. And then going from the campaign, and the reason why I've been playing a lot of multiplayer is because whenever I turn it on, people just send me invites. So, and they've got some really cool game modes on there. So they've got, I think it's called War. I've not played for about a week. So basically, it's like you've got the Normandy beach. So this is on one of the levels, and one of you are the Axis, and one of you are the Allies. Obviously, the Allies come in on their boats, storm the beach, and you've got to take the gun turrets from the Germans, and then you move into the map. So like the operation mode on Battlefield 1, where you take in sections of the map and you're going further in as you go. It's kind of like that. And playing as either side is really, really fun. And I just feel that this year's Call of Duty is the best one I've played in years because the multiplayer is so much fun. You've got all the classic game modes as well, like, your team deathmatch and your domination and stuff like that. And it's taking Call of Duty back to basics, because you don't have any of that stupid wall running or anything like that. It's literally just you're a dude running and gunning. Yeah, you can call in like airstrikes and stuff like that. And your kind of your UAVs, but it's like this really big old plane flying around the map. And it's just a lot of fun. And I'm really enjoying it, but the one weird thing about it is, right, so if you've played Destiny, you start off the game in this kind of hub area, kind of like the Tower in Destiny, and you can invite your friends in, you can all run around and say hello, and you've got different emotes, and then you can call in like battle packs. So we know we were talking about the packs in Star Wars a minute ago. It's like that, but you earn them by playing the game. I believe you can start paying for them shortly in the game, but I'm not going to do that, obviously, because you earn quite a lot through playing it. And it kind of drops from the sky, and you open it, and if one of your mates does it, you watch them do it. It's really weird, but pretty cool at the same time.
I like to watch.
Just like real life.
Yeah, so but all of these, but all that's in the battle packs is cosmetic stuff.
So yeah, no, but you got this giant loot box falling from the sky. And
Yeah,
goes, someone's got a loot box. Let me look. And all of you are just staring at this person, just unwrapping some fucking camo.
Pretty much.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but if you ignore that side of it, the multiplayer is really, really fun. The maps are really well done. It's back to basics, old school Call of Duty. The Call of Duty that we used to play 10 years ago. It's back.
Okay.
It's in business. I'm fucking loving it, and I've been playing it with the community, and it's a great game. That's all I can say.
One of the things that which was quite perked my ears up a little bit when people were talking about it, is that war mode that they've actually put in the game.
Yep.
Which is basically, like you said, like the battlefield, sort of like where you one's attacking, one's defending, and you're pushing up the battlefield sort of thing. There's no KD in it. They've literally scrapped the kill to death ratio in that game mode to obviously encourage people to sort of like actually push objectives and not give a fuck about constantly getting mullered by someone on a gun turret or something over and over again, which is good because it obviously encourages people to play the game like it's supposed to be played, rather than getting people camping back worried about their KD, which should be fucked off out of all multiplayer shooters anyway.
No one cares about your kill death ratio. You're right.
Just get rid of it.
Though. That's the trouble.
Yeah, some people, a lot of people do, and then just fuck it off, and then they don't have to worry about it anymore, and then people can actually enjoy themselves, and you won't have people camping and doing all the other shite that they do.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. That's all I can say. It's great. It's great fun times.
You're not interested, Colin?
Not interested, dude. I mean, it's more Call of Duty.
Oh, fair. Right, shall we move on?
Sorry.
I'm just going to briefly mention I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 2, both on the Xbox and the PC. Been playing it on Xbox with our very own Big P.
2.
Oh, Battlefield 1. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying. What am I saying Battlefield 2 for? It's in my mind. Battlefield 1. Oh, so many Battlefields. I've been playing it on
battles.
there's just too much shooting and people in the face going on. Yeah, so I've been playing that with Phil on the Xbox. We had a few games because he'd never actually played it on his Xbox before. So we had a few games and it was very frustrating. Also been playing it on PC with a few people on my PC friends. Yeah, it's Battlefield. And it's good times. Okay, moving on to the game of the year, PUBG. Been playing that fuckloads recently, the last couple of weeks. Oh my god.
When's the Xbox version out?
December
12th.
Yeah, December the 12th, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm on it.
I can't really say anything else. I'm loving it. Playing a lot of it with Kirk and a few other people in the community. Good times. I picked up a new game this past week.
What is it?
Oh, well, none of you's going to be interested in it, really.
Is it Japanese?
No.
Farming simulator.
Is it shooting people in the face simulator again?
Yes.
Oh, fuck's sake. What are you playing?
So, I've been playing a little game on the PC called Squad.
Not heard of it.
So, basically, it's a bit like Armour 3, but more intense. So, and the reason I do want to talk about this is because I'm loving it. I've played quite a lot of hours of this. So they did a free weekend on Steam, and then they had it on sale for 15 quid. I was like, I'm fucking buying this shit. And so basically, it's like 80 players online, and you have to get in a squad of 8 people. And so one of you has to be squad leader, and the rest of you take different roles, like medic, assault, gunner, blah, 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 blah. But the thing to this game is you must have a mic, because you need to talk to each other to do the tactical shit in this game. And it's just so immersive, because it's like you have to ask your squad leader for permission to shoot people, to do stuff. And I've been squad leader for about 20 minutes, and it was so stressful. I asked someone else to take squad leader. It's great. You can make forward bases. The maps are fucking massive, and I'm loving this game. It is so much fun. We played. I was playing as the Americans, and we were taking out the Taliban. We were defending positions, hiding out, in little ridges and stuff up in the trees and that. I was just like, man, this game is great. But I'm not going to talk about it much more because you lot aren't interested. But if you're up for playing it with me and you want a proper military simulation, then play with me. Send me a message. I'm fucking loving it. I've made a lot of new Steam friends because of this game.
Steam friends is that what you call them?
Steam friends.
Steam friends.
Would
you like to share libraries?
It's great. Seriously, it is a lot of fun. So I just want to put that out there. Also want to say, another game, I started playing Assassin's Creed Origins about 2 hours ago. So all I've played of it...
Advice.
Sorry?
Against our advice.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to see what it was like, and pleasantly surprised. I've been playing it. Obviously, it came with my Xbox One S that I bought. So I thought, well, I might as well give it a go. And my initial impressions are, looks great, gameplay is great. That's it, because I've not actually played it more than a couple of hours. But initial impressions are pretty cool.
I'm going to pick it up. I'm just waiting for a little price drop on it.
That's
so
fair.
Hopefully one will be around this week, so I'll grab it then.
Sweet. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Okay, so I think most of us are going to chime in on this one. I've been playing Mario Odyssey on the Switch.
As have I.
As have I.
Ooh, a game that we can all talk about, guys. It's exciting.
Yes.
Doesn't involve shooting people in the face.
No, it involves chucking hats at things and
Shoot people with your hat.
yeah,
Jumping on people's heads a lot.
Can I say, Webby, it's your turn, but I just want to say I'm not as high on it as everyone else is. I think it's fun and good enough, but it's not addictive or amazing or life-changing the way I've heard it. I think Breath of the Wild is a far better game than Odyssey. I don't know if anybody else feels the same. It's a good Mario game, but it's like going to be 4th or 5th on my game of the year list probably. I don't know.
Have you completed the game? Have you defeated Bowser?
No, I have not. I've just finished the Plant World.
I don't know what to say about spoiling it. Other than that, there's a lot more to do after you defeat Bowser, and it's all good stuff. There's all sorts of secrets to unlock. There's secrets beyond secrets beyond secrets. It's hard to explain until you actually do it. But I've finished Bowser in about 10 hours, and then since then I'm up to about 270 moons now.
Wow.
And there's no lie to say that things unlock as you get more and more moons. That's all I'm saying.
I'm loving this game, and I've not really put a lot of hours into it. I've done like the first 2 worlds, but it gives me one thing this game does is it gives me a massive nostalgia fix, because I love the old school Marios, and I played the shit out of Mario 64, and this it just reminds me of both of them. So Mario 64 in particular, because obviously it's 3D, but just the way the worlds are designed and those weird dog ball things are everywhere on the chains are just like, I'm just like, oh, this is Mario 64, it's so much fun. But I'm loving how they mix the retro and the new stuff together. So when you have the kind of 8-bit Mario stuff kind of in a wall, and you go through it and then you go back into the 3D, that is really, really cool. And I love the fact that the hat is just so much fun. Like, you've got, the big, the rockets or the bullets, whatever you want to call them, that fly around.
Billy Bullet.
Bill.
Okay, Billy Bullet, and then you chuck the hat at him,
Bullet Bill.
and then you're flying around as the bullet, and I'm just like, this is just silly, but it
opens up
really
so many
fun.
different.
What about
the
parts when you go 2D, right, and go old school graphics are pretty ingenious and clever as well.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely brilliant. I'm having a lot of fun with this game. I've not put a lot of hours into it because I've got so many other games that I want to kind of play at the moment. But what I have played so far is just been a real great time. It really has.
It is a good commute game. I can say that. It's like a smorgasbord. You can easily just go into a world and you can go, right, I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to go and check over here. You just go exploring. And you just find power moons all over the place. So you can go for hints, or you can say to yourself, okay, I'm going to do this task in every single world, and then you unlock more stuff, and then there's always something that will surprise you there. I can't, honestly, if you think you've finished the game just by doing, the 10 levels or 10 worlds and defeating Bowser, you haven't even scratched the game, trust me. It is deeper and then deep. So, but it's not as good as Zelda, in my opinion. It's not.
Wow.
I love Zelda. Zelda's probably going to be my game of the year anyway.
Yep.
Zelda's just phenomenal, and there's more content coming for that soon, which I can't wait for. Mario's one of those games whereby you can get as much out of it as much time you put in, if that makes sense. So if you want to spend, if you want to finish, I can walk away from Mario right now saying I finished it, but I will keep going back to it. I will do. I've got my next target is 500 power moons. So we'll see how I go.
Cool. That's what. Anyone else want to mention anything on Mario before we move on?
No, I'm still playing it. I haven't finished it yet, I must admit, because I was going to play it this week, but it just didn't happen. But I'm sort of playing it, and my daughter's playing it, and we're still getting through it. So, but yeah, I'm the opposite.
It's fun.
So,
it's fun, and I'm liking it, but it's not drawing me away from other games right now. If that makes sense. So.
Yep, perfect sense.
Next, Webby.
Okay, next, another Nintendo game. I actually put some hours into Zelda this week as well.
Ooh,
the better game.
And
have you finished it yet?
No, fuck no. So I went on a little adventure trying to get as many hearts as I can to get the Master Sword.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
And I still haven't got that far yet, so I decided to just.
Oh my gosh, you got so much ahead of you still. Anyways, keep going. Sorry, I've interrupted you rudely.
No, it's okay. So, I thought, you know what, fuck it, because I've only got about 4 towers left to get, and I was getting really frustrated because I was either getting too hot and all this stuff was burning, or it was getting too cold. I was just like, oh, this is fucking pissing me off. So I thought, you know what, I will go and do the second big dude, the boss dude, whatever it's called.
Second big boss dude.
You know, not they put the lasers onto the tower, onto the palace. Those dudes. You know what I mean? Where you go inside them and do the stuff. So I've done the one for the Gerudo town now.
Okay. You mean the Divine Beasts?
Yes. So I did the second Divine Beast, and that, fuck me, that took a lot of doing because it was. Oh, what the fuck was that? What's that? Colin, you okay over there?
It's not me, man.
Oh, sounded very American.
That wasn't me.
Okay, so yeah, I am enjoying it because I've done the second Divine Beast now, and I'm probably now going to head for the third one soon. But this game doesn't come without its frustrations because what the fuck is that?
Somebody
Sorry, yeah, I'm playing GTA 5. So
turn your shit on.
I got the cops after me, and it come through the controller.
Oh, stunty.
The mic.
Sorry.
Anyway, so I'm enjoying Zelda, but I'm with Stunty that the weapons getting destroyed is fucking annoying. And I'm also on the fact of why do they, like, the things that make you hot and cold and your stuff burning is just frustrating because I want to go to this area and do the tower. Oh, you can't climb the tower because your stuff's going to burn or you're going to be too hot. And I can't find the ingredients to make the food. It's just just annoying. And then you end up having to fucking look on a guide to know where to get the stuff from. And I'm just like,
no.
No, it's just annoying. You spend all this.
First, there's a guy that each area has like a person you need to talk to that has the key for what you want to accomplish.
Anyway,
Or go to the shop and buy the equipment at the shop, that lets you achieve what you want to do.
It's just frustrating, mate. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, it's really frustrating when you
just
like when you think, oh, I'm going to go to that tower in the distance, and then you get close and all your fucking weapons burn away, and I'm just like, oh,
that's because they're wooden.
this is
You
fucking
don't put wood
shit.
out. You don't. You use a metal. It's like you use metal weapons when you're at that area.
Just get the
Like,
Well,
then-
you don't
and then
stand by a
even-
bonfire wearing a shell suit, mate.
And then even when you've like
Exactly.
got the correct food and you make food to make him cooler and he's still too fucking hot, you're just like, mate, this is shit. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just having my moan. You know,
You're just crap at the game, mate.
I'm not, mate. I've done 2 Divine Beasts, alright? I'm not that shit. Come on.
How long have you played the game for?
I have no idea. If you look at my Switch profile, it'll tell you.
I could tell you in a second.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me have a look.
So, it is fun, but those like I've always hated weapons breaking in games. Anyway, it's just like
Me too.
Yeah.
That's the one bad thing about the game. Yep,
Yeah.
I would agree.
So this is why I'm really wanting the Master Sword, but I can't get it until I've got 13 hearts, and then so I need to find some more of the little temples to do, the little shrines. But they're not so easy to find sometimes. But yeah, it's I am enjoying it, but apart from those little frustrations.
20 hours or more you've been playing Zelda
There you
for.
go, 20 hours or more, loads of time.
You've only played Mario for an hour.
Oh, what? Is that it? I'm sure
Hour
I've
or
played it more
more.
than that.
2 hours or
Where are
more.
you looking that
Mario
up?
States.
Nintendo website?
So I've done
Webby
two.
Switch
So
profile
I've done
on his
2
Switch.
worlds in 2 hours.
I don't know.
That's pretty quick.
2 worlds? Yeah, pretty much. They're not. You can whiz through those worlds easy. It might be 3-4 hours on Mario. I don't know. I don't know how these fucking things work.
Anyway.
carry on.
That's all I'm going to say about Zelda. Anyone else want to chime in with Zelda?
It's
Have you finished
amazing.
it? And have you finished it?
Best game ever. Yeah.
How long did it take you, Dan?
I can tell you. I finished it. If I can find my fucking profile.
I think I've got 84 hours on it.
Wow.
Scrolling down. Where is it? 80 hours or more.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I know Alex has spent a long time on it.
He's
always
done
bloody playing
300, hasn't he?
it. Is he?
Yeah, he's done
Is
about
that
300.
Is there
Wow.
300 hours to play on it? I'm having a look. Hold on.
If
Do
you want to
think-
get all the seeds, yeah, probably.
390 hours he's played it for.
Whoa.
Jesus.
I wonder what the speed run record on this game is, because I bet someone's
It's
just
less
loaded
than,
up the
less than
game.
an hour.
Not 390, is it?
So they just run straight to the
Alex.
palace and fight
No,
Ganon.
what they do, they set up a boulder, and then they literally whack it with their sword,
Yeah.
freeze it, and then they grab hold of the boulder and fling themselves towards Hyrule Castle, straight to where Ganon is, and they kill Ganon.
But they have to do the 4 beasts before that, right? It's not
No,
open until
no.
you.
No, you can,
Really?
you can go and see Ganon straight as soon as you get to Hyrule Field.
Mm.
Wow.
But you may be in your pants, which isn't a good idea.
Well,
And
some
we've
people
only-
finish Bloodborne in their pants, haven't they?
Yeah. But with Ganon, it'll be a one-hit kill with only 3 hearts. That's
Oh,
what
it
well
Depends
good
on
at
what
the
you
game.
got in your pants, isn't it?
Whee.
Yay.
Right, so and
Deary
is
me.
that the end of Zelda talk then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Everybody's Golf. Anyone played this?
Nope.
Nope.
Really? I thought this was super.
What's the golf game on the Switch?
Golf Story.
That's really
Ah.
good, man. That is really good.
Okay.
So everybody's
Anyways.
Golf on PS4. It's a charming little game. It's very Japanese, so Colin will love it. And there's a lot of online tournaments and stuff. So you make a wacky character, but it's like, and the courses are pretty like a normal golf courses, but it's like, you remember like the old Tiger Woods games? It reminds me of them a little bit, because like the putting green is like, you have the lines and squares, so it's quite challenging. But the more you play the game, you upgrade of your clubs so you can hit further and stuff. And there's a big part of this game is online tournaments. So you're playing a lot of other people, and it's all done in a very friendly way. And instead of you just going from course to course, just going there, like the game setting you there, you have to, like, once you've done one hole, you then have to make your way to the next hole, and then you see everyone else just running around. I think you get put in a game with like about 30, 40 people, and you just see people just running around and dancing and chatting to each other and stuff. It's really social. And
yeah, they were huge on the PSP and the Vita, and I think the PS3, weren't they? The Everybody's Golf.
Yeah. I think it's a great little game. I really do. So big props to Web and Big P for showing me the way on this game. It's
that's something we haven't had for a while as well, isn't it? Another sort of PGA type game from EA, like Golf One.
Oh, because the Rory McIlroy one just bombed, didn't it? It was.
Oh, yeah, right. He's never been as big as Tiger Woods, though, has he? Really? But then Tiger Woods was in everyone's pants, wasn't he? Most of the time.
Yeah.
So, you can't really have him on the cover anymore. So, and I don't know if there is actually an American golfer that's as big as Tiger Woods these days. I'm not really up on my golf, so.
Nor am I.
No.
But yeah, it's a fun little game. It's on sale on PlayStation Network at the moment. So if you fancy checking it out, check it out. It's a great little game. So next is Gran Turismo on the PS4. And the reason I want to mention this is because I went to Deadly Dubs' house the other weekend. The deadliest man in gaming. And he's got a PSVR. So I went around there and he was like, oh, I've got Gran Turismo, I want to check it out in the VR. And I was like, yeah, man, I'll give that a go. Looks, sounds pretty cool. And I'll tell you what, it's the best thing I've played on PSVR. Without a shadow of a doubt. It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, the thing with the VR is, obviously, like the games look like really low res compared to a TV, like really blurry and shit. But, mate, you get immersed. You're sitting in that car in Gran Turismo and you move your head and it moves your head in the game. You're looking in all the mirrors and you feel like you're actually in that car. And for the first couple of minutes I was playing it with that headset on, I did actually feel a bit nauseous because like I felt like I should be moving with the car, and it took a little while for my brain to get used to not actually physically feeling that movement when I'm turning corners and stuff. But I'll tell you what, it was fucking awesome. I didn't want to stop playing it. I was just like, this is amazing. It really, really is. And compared to playing Drive Club in the VR, which was a pile of dog shit, this is brilliant. I mean, Stunty, I know you've got PSVR and I know you have, Darren. Fucking check it out, man. It is so good.
What's the thing? Because I heard it was only like a couple of tracks and a few cars.
So there's like this special section that says VR mode or whatever, and I think you only get a small selection of tracks and cars. I did 2 different tracks. One of them was like Tokyo at night, and another one was like a rally course. And I did a few different cars. One of them was the Nissan GTR. I can't remember what the other car was now off the top of my head. But yeah, seriously, guys, it was really, really good. I've never played anything like that before, where I was just so sucked into the world. It was awesome. Really, really good.
Cool.
And in general, with Gran Turismo, because I've got it on my PS4, it's an enjoyable game. I find it more of a a relaxing racer compared to say Forza, because Gran Turismo just feels like it's designed for like car porn. You want to spend more time just looking at your cars in photo mode and stuff rather than racing them. And obviously it does feel very simmy, but I would say between Forza 7 and Gran Turismo, Forza 7 is the better racing game. That's my opinion. So, but yeah, they're both great and very enjoyable. Next is, well, I just said Forza 7, so I'm not going to say that again. I played
play a lot.
Mate, I also have played. I have played Gears of War on the Xbox One X.
Is it super duper?
Gears of War 4?
Yeah, the new Gears on the Xbox X. So I went around, obviously,
campaign.
So obviously went around Deadly Dubs's. He's like, I've got my Xbox X. He hadn't even unboxed it when I went round there, man. It was like, I was like, why haven't you unboxed it? And he was like, oh, I've been playing my PlayStation. And it's like, mate,
He's such a PlayStation fanboy, isn't he?
He is, but he's turned into an Xbox fanboy now because he's like, I've got my 65-inch 4K TV. I've got the X. I just wanted to take my time unboxing it. I was like, mate, you just fucking unbox the thing, will ya?
Does it make Gears of War campaign any better?
No.
No, I was going to say that's the thing with a few of the games. It's like it improves the res and the graphics a little bit, but it doesn't improve the game itself.
Oh, well, that's a ball ache, then, isn't it?
I will say this. I don't know if it's my eyeballs or what, and I'm not saying this because I think the Xbox One X is a great looking console. Like, it's small, it's sleek. I mean, if I could buy one today, I'd fucking buy one, but I can't justify it. It's because I don't have a 4K TV and it's a big outlay. The couple of things I do want to say that because you've got one, Darren, as well. So correct me if I'm wrong. Like, it does improve some like normal things on the machine. So it boots up super quick. The dashboard is super smooth. Those little things are awesome, you know. But for games, and I know people are saying, oh, you know, my games look like so much better, blah 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 blah. Like, I can't really tell that much of a difference between my TV at home and playing the same games on Xbox One X on a massive TV. Like, I mean, I can say that they look a little bit sharper on the Xbox X on a 4K TV, but like, I would struggle in myself to think to spend 450 quid just to play the same game again, just looking a little bit better. That's just my mindset. Why would I do that? You know, it just seems weird. I mean, don't get me wrong, Gears looked nice. It looked really good on the X on a 4K TV, but I just wouldn't be able to justify the money, and I don't think the difference is as big as what people make out. I really don't.
But yeah, this is
Hogarth
the thing
is disagreeing with me in the Twitch chat.
It is. You can apparently see
Hogarth on.
these immense jumps between PC and fucking console games, but yet you can't notice the difference between a standard Xbox game and one running in 4K.
Yeah, but I don't game in 4K on any platform. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. That's what I find bizarre. Like, you can pick out these minute details that makes a PC game look better. But yet, when you get the same thing with a console onto a 4K TV, you can't notice the difference.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is I've only played one game on the X, and that's Gears of War.
Yeah, but you've said you've seen 4K stuff before, and you haven't really been you haven't really noticed.
Being blown away. I mean, I think from my point of view, what I need to do, because I haven't played Gears. I mean, I've looked at Gears on YouTube just to see, but I think, for me to see the difference personally, I would have to get two TVs next to each other and have them both running just to see the difference. Because in my mind's eye, it's like, I don't see a lot of difference.
Yeah, the easiest difference is with the Pro anyway, at least, from what I remembered. As soon as I booted the Pro up on my television, the whole dashboard is in like native 4K. And you just notice straight away, like, all the tiles and the achievement pictures are crystal clear, pin sharp and everything, whereas it's a bit harder on the X because they haven't got a 4K dashboard.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to free up some of the memory for like the developers to use on games rather than the dashboard itself. But
I mean, what's your take on it anyway, Jan? Because you've got the machine, you've been playing on it, so, you know, yours would be a more valid point than mine anyway, because I've literally had about an hour with one, so, you know, you take what I say with a pinch of salt, really.
Yeah, I really enjoy it as a machine. It's beautiful, like you say. The design of it's lovely. It's basically like a slightly sleeker version of the S, better colour. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair.
It's super quiet.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I've noticed as well. It's like, even when you've got a game running in 4K and stuff, you can very rarely hear like any work going on the console at all. And even if you mute the telly, again, it's like a quiet hum. Similar thing to like the PS4 Pro, although if you do stick on something like Horizon Zero Dawn, that does get the fans going a little bit on it. But they are both like quiet machines. The X is obviously a quieter thing because it's liquid cooled in comparison. Like I say, the dashboard thing that introduced us before, it just makes it sort of like almost rebranded it, the whole Xbox thing as a whole anyway. The one thing is it's actually sold a lot better than people expected it to, and that is all down, as far as I'm concerned, pretty much to the fact that Microsoft people have been chomping at the bit to get their hands on something slightly better than what they had anyway, I believe. Plus, Microsoft did an actual good job of explaining to people the benefits of the console, even if you don't own a 4K television. Like both machines, the Pro and the X, give slight increases in different ways to different games via whether it's either the PS4 boost mode or basically the sort of like weird sort of, I can't remember what it's called, dynamic scaling or something that they do on this, where it'll up-res the picture and then it shrinks it down to 1080, so you do get an improved picture clarity at 1080 anyway.
I mean, everybody's different at the end of the day, but from my point of view, I don't see that. If you have a 1080p TV, I don't see the justification of spending 450 quid on a console. But everyone's different, because I've got guys who, one of the guys who I work with, he just bought a 1 terabyte SSD for like 350 quid because he wants his games to load a bit quicker. Whereas you can get a 1 terabyte spinny disc for 50 quid. And I'm happy with that because an extra 10 seconds of load time really doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but everyone's different, isn't it? Everyone's on their... I mean, everyone's got a different tech level. I mean, there is people out there that will buy... You know, the Xbox One X has come out. They will buy brand new tech because they want to be there at the beginning. They want to have the best telly. They want to have the best Xbox. PlayStation brought the Pro out. Everyone wants the Pro. There's different levels of it.
Yeah, but
do you? It's like a phone, isn't it? How many people go out and buy a brand new phone every year? Because they will. Because, you know, I mean, it's like I had an iPhone 5 and I went from an iPhone 5 to an iPhone 6. What did it do different? Well, it looked a bit better. It looked nice, but basically the whole menu system was exactly the same. It's just a phone. It does exactly the same as what all the phones do. And I've now got the S8, and it's like that does the same as what everything else does, but it might run a bit quicker and it might look a bit better.
Yeah, but I just find this console generation very strange because you've never seen a console generation. I mean, obviously the last generation we had different iterations of the Xbox 360 and the PS3, but they were like either smaller or like had a little bit of a redesign. It didn't change the
graphics, did it?
No, and like this is what I find very like weird, like, and it's becoming. I think console gaming now is becoming more expensive. If they're going to be like, oh, we'll release a console and then another console like 3 or 4 years later that's a little bit more powerful that will play the old games. Like it's like kind of blurring the line between console generations. I mean, is there going to be another console generation? Are they just going to bring out another Xbox in 3 to 4 years that's a little bit more powerful than the last one that plays all the old games?
But if you think about it, this generation of consoles, I mean, realistically, the Xbox One and the PS4, forget the others, they're nearly 5 years old. So realistically, we always said that on the last generation, on the 360, which was a 9 to 10 year drop, difference between we went to, until we went to the next generation. We're on 5 years now, and okay, we've got the Xbox One X that's come out and the PS4 Pro, but they've made sure they will play all the old stuff. So is this what we're going to have now? We're going to have mid-generation upgrades. So realistically, PlayStation 5. I reckon they're going to watch and see what goes on with the Xbox One X. If it starts to destroy the PS4, which I don't think it will, to be honest, then we will see that generation skip. They might swap between the two every 2 years. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, there's rumours of PS5 within the next year or two.
2 years, mate. I don't reckon it'd be a year. So
the problem with bringing out new consoles as they are now, and Microsoft kind of found this out with the Xbox One, is that you completely risk your whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
So if you bought up, and this is what Microsoft found out to its detriment, hence we've got now the Xbox One X, we've got the Xbox S, we've got backwards compatibility to the 360 and also the original Xbox as well. So Xbox as the brand has become the identity. I don't think personally that we're going to see anything. Maybe Xbox One X becomes the norm going forward, and we could have this for the next 10 years or so, and then maybe something else, because you're going to get to a point where, and I think this happened already, you're going to get to a point where, you know, AAA games, all this processing power, all this 4K bollocks, all this expense putting into this single gaming or this gaming environment, it'll cost too much in the end. It will do. You can have independent titles are bread and butter now, pretty much for most people. You know, you've got a nice little game, 15, 20 quid. You know, independent developers, small teams making money off the back of that. I think, you know, you're not going to get a PlayStation 5 and you're not going to get an Xbox X1 anytime soon. You're going to have these companies calling to their core base and building up on their ecosystems. And, you know, it's too much of a risk. It really is.
Yeah, I will say if PlayStation 5 doesn't have doesn't give you the option to play PS4 games, that's a big fucking no. Like that would be a huge mistake. Basically, especially with what obviously Microsoft are doing with like pretty much making almost their entire catalogue backwards compatible, although it's via sort of like download only. You can't just put in your old discs and play them. Yeah,
I mean it's better than what PlayStation are offering, which is basically a streaming service, which, in all honesty, with you, I will never play stream. Yeah,
it doesn't work. Does
terrible.
It? No, the PS4 streaming service is crap, isn't it? It's priced too high. So, I mean, the only thing with the Xbox One S, going back to that, I know you don't like the colour, Darren, but I think it looks a beautiful console now.
It looks great, like the shape of it. It's
But I mean, the price on these now, I mean, it reminds me of the 360 when they dropped the price of the 360s and they went down to 200 quid with a load of games. And now I'd say the Xbox, I reckon if they do stats in about a month or two time, I reckon the Xbox One S will start to really pull back from PlayStation 4, because not the X, just the S, because they've dropped the price. I mean, we've just had a deal this week now that's just come out for the new, Xbox One S with Battlefront and FIFA 18. Oh, the perfect casual gamers console, then, isn't it now? So.
Yeah, but then you look at PlayStation and they're doing the big push with Star Wars Battlefront, Call of Duty, all of the other sort of like casually based stuff as well.
Yeah, but it's a lot more though.
It still leaves Microsoft. Like the X is a beautiful machine. It's great. I've been really enjoying using it. I'm glad I purchased one to sort of like future proof myself a little bit. But they still have a huge issue with first party games. They just don't have the games on the system that PlayStation and Nintendo have.
I want to ask this question, guys. Keying in on something Dan just said a little while ago, was that it's independent titles are the way of the future, is something along those lines. I'm not trying to prove a point. I'm generally curious. What do you think at the end of the year, what is the title that will have sold the most copies, all platforms included, regardless of platform?
Destiny.
World War II,
I'd say Destiny
or Destiny 2. I think it's going to be one of those two.
I reckon it'll be Player Unknown, mate. I mean, that's sold over 20 million copies.
Yeah, but that's one console.
Yeah, but that's in total, though. I think, whatever game has sold over 20 million copies this year.
Yeah, PC games are a little bit different, though, because, I'll be interested to see how
PUBG you look at anything like FIFA across all platforms or Destiny.
Yeah, how much does FIFA usually sell across all platforms? Is it like 10 million, 12 million? Does anybody know? I'm just curious on where is the money? Like, what is the mass market thing here? To me, I assume it's COD World War II or Destiny 2, but I forgot about PUBG.
There's actually, I put a really interesting article up on the Facebook group about this. It's about a very small market that the AAA developers are going after, and it kind of comes up with this point, and I think it's quite valid. We're living in a world now where developers are able to understand through data how people play games, how they do certain things, and how can they tailor their games to that mass market. And we're at a point now, I believe, where have you guys heard of the term big data, which is basically taking lots of data sets and combining them together, separate data that you wouldn't.
The data lake.
Together. Exactly. It seems to me also that these developers aren't concepting this big data to some extent. They're looking at their own individual data sets from whatever games they've got, and they're all going after this same shrinking market of AAA titles.
There's a lot of people trying to copy other people's successes and not having the same result, rather than innovating and doing their own thing.
This is why indie games, you can have indie games copying, aping the big AAA titles, player unknown, whatever you call it.
It's what PUBG has done this year, though, dude.
What PUBG has done, but who's not to say we're going to get loads more of those types of titles?
Well, there isn't there? Warframe have done it. They're all starting to copy it now. So
Warframe's been out for years.
Yeah,
no, but they've just
2012.
Yeah, but they've just added the new mode to Warframe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're actually adding a PUBG mode to Warframe. That's new.
Why to Warframe?
Don't know. They just are.
Like, this is the other thing I will get. It's like, don't keep fucking copying what other games are doing, for fuck's sake, because it just becomes boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just do your own thing. Like, it was bad enough when I bought Fortnite and they added in that Battle Royale thing that just does not fucking interest me, because the whole PUBG aspect doesn't fucking interest me either. But it's like, stop trying to copycat constantly. It's like, that's why I think EA fucked up with all the Battlefields and stuff, because they were after all that COD money all the time, rather than just concentrating and doing what they do best. And this is the whole games as a service thing, is that they've brought in an Anthem and that. It's all trying to ape Destiny and stuff. And it's like, are you really going to have the same thing, or are you just going to fall flat on your face?
Yep.
But this is what's always happened, though, Darren. It's not just games; it's everything. I mean, Call of Duty did it, didn't it, with Modern Warfare, and then Medal of Honor brought out one that was very similar to it, because they all just jump onto the bandwagon.
Sometimes it's bandwagoning, and other times it's like films. Like, someone will work on a film, or like, say, Resident Evil 7 was years in development before PT was even a thing. So they were already going the first-person survival horror route before people thought, oh, this is just a PT clone. And it's like, no, that game was in development for at least a year or two before PT.
But it's just, as I say, all these things, I mean, it's like the zombie thing, that went mad, didn't it? Everyone started just doing zombie stuff.
Yeah,
and it still goes on now. And we're getting it on films, aren't we? I mean, how many superhero things have we got at the moment? We're just inundated with superhero stuff now.
Do I know one of the most interesting superhero films to me that's coming out soon? Black Panther.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, it's going to have like all full, like, pretty much black cast. It's going to be like set in Africa and everything, and it's like completely different to most of the other superhero stuff. And that to me is a lot more interesting than like another generic superhero film. And then in between that, you've got like the anti-superhero stuff, like Deadpool and stuff, which
Punisher.
is a nice change.
New. I've heard good things, but I haven't looked at it.
I've seen the first.
I've seen the first episode.
Brutal.
It's brilliant.
I love it. They've made such a good job of showing how damaged he is as a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After what he's gone through, sort of a thing.
Okay.
Where were we anyway? We were talking about.
Can I talk about my games?
We were talking about the Xbox One X, and then it just slipped off.
Yep. So to finish off the Xbox One X chat, Darren, you can see a big difference, right?
In the games I've played, I mean, I'll obviously talk about a couple of them a bit later on, but one of the other things that the Xbox One X has done that's pretty fucking good, in the fact of like where PS4 boost mode will just basically make a game run better. With the Xbox One X, it actually sort of, like I said, it sort of like scales the graphics up, and then it will even shrink them down for like a 1080p TV, so you will get a better picture on your standard def television. And there's a few games I've actually played, like Fortnite, for example. I played that, and I was like, has this had a patch? I'm not sure. Is this the X enhanced update? Because the writing looks crystal clear. Like, and the colours are more vivid in it as well, and it looks slightly sharper, although still not as sharp as the PS4 version. And then I worked out, like, oh no, it's not actually any enhanced update, it's just the console that's doing that itself. So even going back and playing your old stuff that isn't technically enhanced is still going to look slightly better. Like, playing on a 4K television will make stuff look generally slightly better anyway, because the telly does its own kind of sort of like upscaling and stuff.
Okay. Cool.
Who
Right.
is massaging the keyboard?
Sorry, I'm trying to type really quiet, but obviously.
Webby and his Vic 20.
Right, I've got 2 more games to talk about very quickly, so I'm going to go.
Fucking hell,
I'm going
mate.
to.
Sit on Webby.
We've been going for an hour and 27 minutes.
Well,
I
you
know.
know, dude, it's been 2 weeks since a fucking podcast. All right, I just want to talk about these last 2 games.
Have you still got a relationship?
Yes, my wife loves me gaming because it means I don't have to give her any attention. Right, so, okay, 2 games I've briefly played. Super Lucky Tale on the Xbox. Anyone else played this?
That looks utter
Yeah.
shit.
What?
You moaned about it last week anyway. You slagged me off the last time I spoke about it.
I think it's quite fun, mate.
Quite fun. Jesus Christ. Well, you 7.
Yeah.
From what I've seen of it, it looks quite,
It's
quite
all right.
okay. It just
Super
doesn't have anything
Lucky Tale.
super new.
I haven't played it since I spoke about it.
Yeah.
So that's it all.
Oh, mate, it's good. It's a good little game. It's a good little platformer, man. What else can I mention about it? It's a platformer. You're a fox and you run around. It's very kiddie and it's fun. Next, right, next game. I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2. I think everyone else in the world has kind of forgotten about it.
No one really cares, mate.
Or moved on.
Everyone's moved on to shinier things. I'm still playing it, man. I'm just trying to get raid ready at the moment. That's all I'm trying to do. Really enjoyable. Super smooth, super fun. Fun in co-op. I just need more people to play it with. Play it with me, people. That's what I have to say. Phil, who is a massive Destiny fan, though, has deleted it off his PlayStation hard drive.
Ooh.
I think he deleted the original Destiny at least 2 or 3 times, though.
Oh, fair. I didn't know that.
Instead of every now and
proper
again.
rage on, yeah.
No, I think he's just like... See, this is the thing with like a sort of like the games as service thing. You'll get a lot of people similar to obviously Final Fantasies, you know, Webby, where they'll come in, they'll do the new content, and then they'll get bored and move on.
Yeah.
And then they'll wait for the next expansion, rinse and repeat, and then sort of like move on again, sort of a thing.
Yeah, I mean the DLC's out soon. I've not actually done the raid on it yet because obviously I rinsed it on the PlayStation and I've literally just finished the story on the PC now, so I'm just kind of grinding my gear at the moment. So, yeah, I'm still enjoying it though. It's fun. So that is me done, guys. I will shut up now.
Bloody hell.
I love you all. Kisses. Next.
Have we talked about Overwatch yet?
No, we haven't.
Colin's only game he plays.
There you go, Colin. Overwatch is getting an Xbox One X enhanced update soon. So there you go.
Is
There's
it?
your excuse
Well,
to
great.
pick one up.
That means
Well,
you'll be
I
able
played-
to look at it better.
I've been playing a lot of Overwatch, and I played some with Dan this morning, and
Yes.
it was fabulous. And he put
It
up
was.
with my kids and their friends
Jesus.
like a gentleman.
Your kids talk absolute shite. It was delightful.
Guilty as charged. For people who are into Overwatch or have played it and enjoyed it, there's a new character, Moira. She's a combination healer and damage dealer, and so just trying to figure her out. But we had some good comps. I think we won far more than we lost. I think we
Yeah.
won like
What
6
a
or 7
roll.
and 2. It was very enjoyable. Everybody playing their part and communicating. I was very pleased and continue to have a lot of fun with Overwatch. Anything else to say about Overwatch? I won't
It's
be
awesome.
offended if there's... Oh, thank
Nah,
you, Dan.
it's still awesome. It's I haven't played it for a while, as you probably know. I'm still level 28. But there's new levels on there, there's new characters to mess around. But I always go back to Soldier because he's just too easy to use, I guess.
He's versatile. Yes.
Yeah, he's versatile, especially in a combat situation. You know, I'm not the best shooter in the world, but he usually gives me enough of a chance to make a dent. So yeah.
And I'd like to hop back on it when we're done recording here.
Yeah, we can do that.
Good man. I'll owe you. I've also been playing Fortnite Battle Royale with my children, which is PUBG-like. I know we spent a lot of time talking about PUBG. This is my first time playing a Battle Royale type game. I'll just say I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it's free to play on the Xbox, which is really, really cool. And it has me wanting to buy PUBG next month when PUBG comes out. So I'll say it's kind of cartoony. a little bit. I want to say Fortnite has the aesthetic of what was that Diablo clone, the dungeon crawler, Torchlight.
It's a bit Team
Oh,
Fortressy.
Torchlight's awesome, man. Love
Yeah,
that game.
Unfortunately, those devs have been shut down recently.
Oh, that's sad.
It's that kind of cartoony aesthetic. It's a slightly blocky, colorful, cartoony palette. You get there's sniper rifles, ARs, shotguns, SMGs, and pistols, and then there's healing. There's bandages, and it's the whole. You parachute in onto a large map with 100 people. You can do the 3 modes are solo, duo, or squad, which is a team of 4, and it's last man standing as the map shrinks. And it's very tense. And Dan, I think you'd like this game, so I would encourage you to download it, especially for free, and play it with us. Okay. It's pick a spot that you hope other people won't go to, land as quickly as you can, try to get as much ammo as you can, and then it's stay alive. And it's tense, and like the gun battles really matter. And it's very tense, and my kids are absolutely loving it. We get all kinds of screams from the basement. It certainly gets the adrenaline pumping when because it's one death and the game is over for you, and you're trying to be the last person standing. And I get the appeal of it. The die and the respawn component is what the norm is these days, and this captures something different, and it makes you feel a little bit differently. So I really have been enjoying it. Stunty, what have you thought of it? Never mind then.
I think he's gone for a shit.
It carries over Fortnite's base building mechanic, which I don't really like as much, or don't think has as much of a place in the game. You can, if you're taking fire, you can really quickly build a brick wall as cover in the middle of nowhere. That seems to be, it's just a little bit weird. But other than that, it free to play. It's worth it for sure.
Check it out.
So
cool.
Okay. Last game I'll talk about is Persona 5. I haven't played it in 2 months. Wow. I am on the cruise ship at the end, and I got into a very difficult area. And again, I'm playing this on normal without knocking the difficulty down. And I died and wiped, and I know I need to go back to that and just finish it once and for all, but I haven't wanted to because I'd rather play Overwatch and Fortnite and Mario Galaxy. So that's me done.
Cool. That was very quick, Colin.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Spending more time camping and driving off-road in the wilderness.
Oh,
yes.
Canyon Arrow.
Mm-hmm. In my Canyon Arrow.
Canyon Arrow. Whoa. Love it. The first thing I thought of when when you put that picture up, man.
Yeah.
I was just trying to thinking of a word. Thinking of a word. Yeah. Okay, so I do want to just say before we move on, I forgot to mention one game I completed as well this past week.
Oh, there we go.
South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
How is it?
Oh, it's so good.
It's in your game of the year running.
Oh, I loved it. I loved every minute of this game. I don't believe I forgot to mention it in my segment. So I'm just going to say, if you're a fan of the show, you will love this game. It's very similar to the first South Park game. It's obviously in the same town, etc. But it has a really cool story that kind of carries on from the first one. But then you go from wizards and stuff to superheroes, and it takes the piss out of the whole Marvel DC universe thing. It does have some really fucked up moments in this game that I'm not going to spoil, but I'm going to say they do go a bit over the top in some sections, and it's
I've always
fucking
tried
mental.
to
perform an abortion of an alien fetus, like in the first game.
Yeah, well, this one you've got some fucked up shit as well. You got one scene you got to fight some priests that are trying to rape you.
God.
Yeah, there's another section where you're in a strip club. That's all I'm going to say. I think that was shown in some videos actually. And yeah, there's a lot of fucked up things in this game, but it's just so funny. They just get the comedy down so well in South Park. I I fucking love it. It's great. So especially if you're a fan, pick it up. If not, I don't know, because if you hate South Park, you're not going to enjoy it, are you? But yeah, it's a great game. Next.
Cool. Is Stunty still off at the loo?
Yeah. No, I'm here. Right, okay. Not that much to talk about, really. Still playing Wolfenstein, still enjoying.
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. That's one I've picked up.
I seem to struggle to play it at times, though, because it's quite intense and I'm just shit at it. So I play little sections and then come off it. But yeah, still playing it, still enjoying it. It looks beautiful, plays beautiful. Even though I'm not playing it on a super duper computer console. What else?
I was going to say I might as well get my Wolfenstein bit out of the way anyway, because obviously I got that bundled in with my X. So.
Oh right, okay. What does it look like on the X? Must look really nice on the X.
It looks really nice. Apart from there are sort of like obviously slight sort of bits where like your character's hands, the textures aren't as good sometimes on the character's hands at times, like
sausage for fingers.
No, not necessarily that. Just slightly like muddy textures rather than it being sort of like pin crystal sharp, like
hands.
A lot of it, sort of a thing. But yeah, I'm enjoying the game. I'm not enjoying it as much as the first one, to be honest, at the moment. I think the stealth in the game is fucking shit. Like,
yeah, it's hard.
The thing that stealth in a lot of games is just fucking shit. Like, no game. Instead of 4K and 60 FPS, can we actually have decent fucking stealth in the game for once, please? That actually works. Not, his toenail stuck out round the fucking corner. There he is. Everyone knows exactly where you are in an instant, sort of a thing. It's fucking irritating. But at the end of the day, it is basically supposed to be just a full-bore shooter, really, isn't it? Rather than a stealthy game. But I did end up playing through the first Wolfenstein in a stealthy way, and I'm finding it a lot harder to do in this one, especially with like the little sort of like generals that have the radios. You have to take them out quickly before they call in reinforcements and stuff. And I've ended up reloading saves multiple times to try and take some of those out, like, and get lucky with a throwing axe shot into the distance, which is a nice addition because I don't remember the throwing axes in the first game, to be honest.
I think the problem with the generals for me is it will show you where they are, as in, you know, gives you a number, and as you move towards them,
doesn't tell you whether they're up or down. Or...
No, so you can end up trying to wander around. You kill a few people, and then you think, well, where? Yeah, like you say, is he up or down? And then the challenge then is, if you do get spotted with your tin cans all on your back, you know, you've got to then run like a nutter to find the general to kill him. So then it stops all the alarms going off. You know, which is, it's okay, but it can be a bit annoying at times as well. I mean, I had one section, I was running around here, up and down, and realised he was right up the bloody top. But I've even had one bit where I couldn't find the general, and I ended up going past the general onto the next section. So, you know, but yeah, I know what you mean. It can be frustrating, the stealth elements of the game. So, but I'm still enjoying it. But as I say, I'm playing it in small doses, really, because I can't play big doses on it because it's just, I don't know, it's just a bit too much for me.
There's a lot of collectibles and stuff in the game as well, isn't there, to sort of like look for? There seems to be a lot more than there was in the first one, I've noticed.
You wouldn't like this game, Dan, because you've got to push the square button to pick up things.
Yeah, but can you punch Nazis?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can do all sorts of Nazis.
This game, like,
some of the stealth kills where you like hack both their legs off and then just finish off in his throat and stuff, like as he falls back.
I'm in.
Some of the scenes are hilarious. I think I mentioned in the last podcast, like you get a scene where you meet Hitler, and he's just.
We
haven't told us about that yet.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to say anything else, but the way they depict him is fucking hilarious. Well, you know, it's a Wolfenstein game. He's going to be in it, mate. It's just absolutely hilarious. The way that they do the cutscenes in this game is just so great, and they do a good job of putting a lot of humour in the game as well. So it's not like all super serious. But I love the way that they do a lot of the levels in the game. So I don't know how far you guys are in, but there's this one level where you're in like this proper like American small town, but instead of the American flags everywhere, it's all the Nazi flags, and the way they just immerse you into the world of what it would be like if they had taken over is just so well done, with all the conversations going on in the background and stuff. It's just an epic game. I mean, this game will easily be in my top 10 at the end of the year. Easily. I fucking loved it from start to finish.
I haven't really heard any reviewer that's disliked it, to be honest. And once again, it seems to have picked up pretty much where the original left off, with really likeable and well-written characters. Which, for first-person shooters, isn't really a thing you get all the time. Like, it's usually just go out there and kill shit, son. Sort of a thing. Whereas these characters you actually sort of seem to care about, and a lot of them do carry on over from the first game. So, although you don't need to play the original, like a New Order or whatever it is, to get into this, it is good to have some background on the characters crew that you've got with you.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
It's cool.
And you should play it anyway, because it's a great game.
And it's only £25 now already.
Yeah, I recommend it. I do recommend picking up Wolfenstein 2. And also, if Colin, I don't know if you do play shooters anymore, but I mean, you did play Fallout.
Okay, can we just ask Colin a question while we're on to Colin? Like, what's happened to you? I'm not like being mean or anything like that. I'm just like, what has happened to you in like your gaming habits have completely changed in the last couple of years. You've gone from someone who used to enjoy playing a lot of games, and you're now someone who never buys any new games. You just kind of like playing the same game over and over again.
That's true. I've bought Nier Automata. I've bought 2 Nintendo Switches this year.
Yeah.
ARMS, Zelda, Mario Odyssey, and Mario Kart. I mean, I bought Nier Automata, Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5.
But have you played any of these games?
No, I mean, yeah, I played them all, except for Horizon Zero Dawn. I just find Overwatch to be the most fun. Here's what I think's happening to me. I'm playing less games because I'm finding more enjoyment as I get older with this outdoorsy camping stuff that I've gotten into a little bit more. I still like my gaming. I still play my Overwatch. The other thing, though, is that for my story-based entertainment, I watch TV shows with the wife, right? I'll watch Narcos on Netflix, or we'll watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, no.
I don't care as much about like first-person single player campaigns anymore. I get my story-based fictional entertainment from the telly, and then I'm looking to video games for my multiplayer experiences, which is different than where I was at a few years ago, where it was all about the Skyrim and all about Mass Effect 2 for me and BioShock. I'm into that stuff less now, and it's just where I am in my life. I'm 37 years old. 2 kids, my kid's in Scouts, and so he's doing a lot more of this outdoorsy stuff, and so I'm going along with him and enjoying it. So that's the answer. Sorry, if you want to play with me, play Overwatch.
Oh, it's just interesting because I think people wanted to know as well, because it's like, well, you very rarely come on the podcast anymore. Don't really.
Well, that's because their podcast is right during my church.
Yeah, that's fair.
Will change in January, and you can have me again. Like, I'd be almost every Sunday, going for, starting next year if you want. So
cool.
I'm happy to hop on. Anyway, let's play Overwatch.
Cool. So where were we? With Stunty, weren't we?
Yeah, we did Wolfenstein. Still playing Ghost Recon Wildlands. I'm going to be playing this for a while. I've done one of the big main bosses now.
Nice.
I've done all his lieutenants. Just a quick thing I need to just say, and that is, had one of the community members that jumped in with me, Random K Reg, I think his name is. He's been a member of the community for a long time, listened to the podcast for a long, long time. He jumped in with me and we did some co-op together, and I felt sorry for him actually, because he kept dying.
Nup.
I thought you was about to say you kept getting him killed.
No, he kept dying. So there's me doing the missions, and I had to keep going back and picking him up all the time. And he got quite embarrassed, and he was like, "Oh, this is terrible, isn't it? It's like, we're trying to do this mission." It was the one where you got to nick a boat actually.
Oh, that's quite a hard one.
So,
If memory serves right.
it is co-op. I did it first time on my own. So, but there we go. But I do think they actually do make the enemies harder when you do it co-op, and that's the other thing as well. When you do play it online co-op, it only gives you 2 players. So there's you and the other guy. It doesn't give you the other 2 sort of AI teammates.
Yeah, and I think that's a bit shit because obviously you have 4 players in single player, and then you can do 4-player co-op. So if like only one other person jumps in, I think you should still be able to have 2 AI people to control.
Oh yeah, I know it. Yeah.
But you don't, so that automatically makes the game a lot harder because when you're playing single player, you can direct all the AI on who to shoot and whatnot.
They could have done it where you had one AI to control each.
Yeah.
Yeah, possible. Yeah, but I mean, you can bring rebels in. I mean, that's the one thing that you can do. I mean, I'm starting to build that up now, where you get your rebels coming. The only thing that does make me laugh, though, right, and this is hilarious. This just tells you that there is a little part of this game that is slightly broken, and that is that you can go into a certain section where you're going to invade someone's place to either kidnap someone or they're going to kill someone. So you get near the place and you're sitting in the bush or whatever, and you put your drone up. And then you look around you and you've got all your rebels standing there in this luminous green outfits, just standing there looking like, talk about obvious or what.
Yeah.
It's like flipping out, man. It's like, it's a wonder they don't notice that, but that's the part of the game that's not realistic, But no, I'm still loving it. I am going to keep an eye out and see if the season pass does drop in price if we have a Friday sale.
Actually bought out a season pass for the fucking PvP mode that arrived like far too late.
Oh, the PvP mode is part of the game, mate. It's a free thing.
I know that, but there's a season pass for the PvP stuff now.
Oh, really? So I've actually played a little bit of the PvP, and it's okay. It reminds me of the old Ghost Recons, but it's 4v4. The maps are small, which is like kind of old school Ghost Recon. But I struggle with it, mate, because I can't. I keep dying and not seeing where the dudes I'm getting shot by are. So I'm just kind of giving up on it already. And me and Phil were on it on the Xbox the other day, and there was 300 people online in total. That game is fucking dead already.
It released far too late, the whole mode. I mean, obviously on Xbox, it's probably got a slight rejuvenation because it's Xbox One X enhanced. So, like,
is it?
Yeah, there is an upgraded version of it if you've got the X sort of a thing to improve the resolution and stuff.
I don't know how well this game sold, to be honest. I mean, compared to,
I think it did pretty well.
I mean, compared to like the Division, which did really well for quite a while. I mean, that's dead now. The Division is, but I mean, the only one that is doing well for them is Siege, isn't it? I mean, that's doing really well. I mean, it's been free this weekend again, hasn't it? Siege has, but I don't know if Wildlands. I mean, most people I speak to about Wildlands haven't played it, and I don't really know many people that have played it. Not on the PlayStation. I don't know about the Xbox, I must admit, but who knows if it's done well or not. But there we go. I mean, I'm still playing it. I'm still loving it.
And I put over 100 hours into that on the Xbox.
Yeah, I'm 25 hours now.
Wow.
I went on to you can go onto the website. It does a link, and you can do it that way. It tells you how many people you killed and all that kind of crap.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it was great. I played a lot of it in co-op with people in the community. I really enjoyed the campaign stuff. I mean, it did have some glitches where you called in the helicopters and they landed in random fucking places or blew up or whatever.
Going a bit shit when everything hits
the fan. But I think overall, I think it's a great game. I haven't played the DLC yet, and I do have the DLC because I bought the gold edition, but I've just had no one online to play it with because I want to play it in co-op. So
yeah, go on.
No, I was going to say, I will say it's one of the things in that game I did really enjoy was the fact of like get 2 of you, and you end up approaching a camp and you're trying to figure out the way you can actually get in there and get all the shit out without setting off any alarms or getting anything good. And then you'll sit there and you'll carefully do it. It might take you about an hour or more, but you eventually get it done and you're like, yeah, fucking nice one. Run across the map and then realise you fucking left a collectible in there you didn't pick up, like a tit.
And then you've got other bits where which I've done on my own, where you think, you've got to go in and just get a piece of paperwork that's sitting on the desk, which is basically part of a lead on an enemy.
Yeah,
And
intel.
Intel. That's it. And basically, you nick it. You don't nick. You get a helicopter. You steam straight into the base. You drop the helicopter, run out, run straight up the stairs. Don't kill anyone. Grab the intel. Come back. Get on a helicopter. Go back up in the air. And another helicopter comes and you blast that one out of the sky. And then you steam off into the sunset with the old tune from Predator playing. So, but that's the thing. You've got different ways you can play the game. And that's what I like about it. So, you know. Right, that's Wildlands. The last game I'll talk about, I mean, I've got lots of games I've been playing, but I'm not going to talk about them forever this week anyway, because we're short time. The only other game I will just say that I have picked up, and I did start last night, and I actually quite enjoy it, even though I don't think it did very well, and that's The Surge.
Oh, okay.
This is a game made by I think this is made by the people that made Lords of Fallen.
Yeah, Lords of the Fallen.
That's right. Basically, this is like a bit of a Bloodborne Dark Souls style game, but you are a mech sort of robots person. Well, you're not a mech robot person, you're a human being. The game starts with you in a wheelchair, and basically you go into you've gone into one of these programs that's supposed to make you have a better life, but something happens and you can walk again, but you've lost something's happened to the world, and that's what I'm finding out about. It plays very much like a Bloodborne Dark Souls style game, as in you have certain attacks where you can wait for them to attack you and then you can attack them. I haven't played enough of the game yet to give what I think of it, but it also does the same thing as what Dark Souls and Bloodborne does, as well as that if you die, you then go back to the beginning again, and you need to go back all the way back to where you were to regain all your stuff again. So it's like a clone, realistically, but it's in a futuristic world set. From what I played of it, which I've played most probably an hour, I quite enjoyed it, actually, because I haven't played anything like that for a while. I will keep you updated on that. And the last thing just to say is I bought a PS4 Pro. That's it, me.
Oh, do you actually set it all up and all the rest of it and whatnot?
Yeah. It's basically the situation. It's in the spare room, so I'm actually running it on a 720p TV. So so I'm doing the complete because I needed another PS4. Because what I want to do at the moment, there's no point in me moving. I've got the main living room has got a PS4 in it and the Xbox One S. My back room here has got my original Xbox in here, and I've put the PS4 Pro S in here at the moment. The reason I've done that is because I can't be asked to disconnect all the PS4 at the moment, because all my games are on there, and I'm going to have to swap everything over, because you're going to have to use the online shit to swap everything over. I just wanted to use it for a few games, and I'm not going to... There's no point even me putting this onto the other telly, because the other telly's not 4K. But at some point, if Black Friday does what I think it might do, I might be getting a 4K telly at some point. But at the moment, it's set up. It doesn't really look any difference, because it wouldn't do on this TV. I don't think it's any quieter than my PS4 in the other room. It still does all the...
Are you happy? Are you happy, Paul?
I'm happy because I can now play another console in another room and not get disturbed.
There we go.
That's it. So basically, I've now got my spare room, and I can play my PS4 in it, and I can play my Xbox One in it. The only problem I do have is if my daughter goes on the PS4 and I want to play the PS4, I can't, because they're linked on the same network, if you get my meaning. So it won't allow me to do that. So I have to then put the Xbox on and then go on the Xbox if she's on the PlayStation. So it's one of these juggle acts going on here. So
I think she's got you sorted, mate. She's basically got you by the short and curlies on that one.
Yeah. I'm in the situation at some point is I'm going to have to set up a profile for herself. The Xbox isn't a problem because I can do the game share and she can just use my Xbox Gold, can't she, to go online. PlayStation isn't as simple as that because I'm not paying another, it's 50 quid now, isn't it? So she can go online. To be honest, she plays the Xbox more than the PlayStation anyway. So she's a fanboy on the Xbox. No, she's not. She's just got more friends on the Xbox. So than the PlayStation. And all she plays is Rocket League on the PlayStation, because I noticed today I'm on 94% completion on Rocket League.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was amazed. I was like, bloody hell. I don't know what it is. A lot of kids love Rocket League. So, you know, it's the new FIFA. So that's it. That's me done.
Cool.
Cool.
Who's next?
It's me. Speaking of Rocket League, I've been playing on the Switch this week.
No way.
Way. Yeah, way.
What?
What else to say about it? I'm not going to talk about it too much, other than say it is essentially the Rocket League you know on Xbox and PlayStation on the Switch.
And you can play with.
You can play Xbox people, and PC people, but not PlayStation people.
That's weird. That's weird.
Because Sony want their closed ecosystem, don't they? So they've said no to crossplay. So there you go.
Oh.
To me, it does seem more like a sulky thing in the fact that Xbox said no for so many fucking years, and now everyone wants to do it. Sony are like, oh well, no, you didn't want to do it back in the day, so fuck off.
Whatever reason they've got,
yeah.
I think the PlayStation people are losing out. It's good. I mean, as I said, I've been playing it a bit. I'm absolutely fucking terrible at it. Switch players get a couple of Mario cars, and you can put a nice little Mario or Luigi hat on top of your car as well.
Nice.
So there's as I said, there's day one DLC, but it works straight out of the box. So with several tens of thousands of people playing it online, no problem getting into a match straight away. The only thing I will say is that I need to practice. So that's good. 15 quid, by the way, if anyone's interested.
Is that digital only, is it?
Digital only, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I would get it, but I already have it on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not buying it again.
You bought it on Xbox as well, because it was free on PS Plus.
So I got it
PS
free
Plus.
on PS Plus. Kirk bought it on Xbox, so we game share it, and I bought it on PC.
Right.
So I've only bought it once then.
So it was on sale. But but why own it on 4 systems? Why own it on 3, for fuck's sake? That's too many.
But there is some really skilled people on Rocket League. I mean, my daughter's quite good actually.
Mate, the game is so much fun.
She won. They were playing a game yesterday, and they were 8-0 up.
Mate, I'll tell you what. There's actually a lot of skill involved in this game. I mean, if you're playing some really good people on it, then fucking hell, you're gonna get absolutely owned. There's a lot of like timing you need to know and how to really maneuver your car. It's just a fun game, but some people do take it so serious.
Yep, I'm glad there's
Race
no voice
car
chat.
football.
Dude, Colin, seriously, mate, if you play this game,
win, mate.
you'll be addicted.
For
I
win.
can
so
play
good.
it. You like it? Dan,
good
I'm
game.
shocked.
What? Yeah.
Let's go play Overwatch.
Yeah, soon. Don't worry.
Okay.
Did a bit of that. Arms as well. Been playing some more Arms.
I don't understand that Arms game. It just looks weird.
Yeah,
Well-
why is it nominated as best fighting game in the Game Awards? It's not really a fighting game, is
It
it?
is a fighting game.
It is a
It
fighting
is
game.
a fight. It's a fighting game, but it's very arcadey and very unique.
You don't need to know special moves. It's all to do with your left-right combos, defense.
It's all about timing.
maneuvers,
Like
dodging.
an updated version of Punch Out, then.
Exactly, and it's all the better for it. And the good thing is they keep dumping free content on it, so you get new stages, new characters. They've just introduced what's called the badge system, which is like achievements. Still loads to unlock. It's a bit of a noisy game to play on the commute, I will say that, because I literally am ripping my Switch apart playing it.
But you elbow people next to you and stuff on the shadow boxing and that.
I try not to. Let's just say that. But it is a noisy game to play. I tell you that now. Arms again. I think it's all the people that have put awards on it or praised it. It's rightly so. It's a nice, solid Nintendo game, and I think it's holding its price. I think as well, so that's good.
Most
They all are.
The,
All of them are at the moment. I haven't seen any of them drop.
Yeah, typical Nintendo.
Yeah.
As opposed to Bethesda. God knows what. I mean, they've got Skyrim came out this week, and that's still about 60 quid I can get that for. I mean, it's ridiculous. Although Doom's came out as well, didn't it? So, I don't know. We'll wait and see, really.
I mean, I have to say, it would be cool to play Skyrim on the Switch on the go, because it's kind of would be suited for that because you can save it anywhere or whatever. But that game came out in what, 2012?
Yeah.
Not paying 50, 60 quid for a game that came out that long ago.
It depends. It depends how much you love Skyrim. I know, we know people that have played it so many times, finished it so many times. It depends how much you love Skyrim. I mean, I didn't like it when it came out. I tried it, sold it, but I might give this version a go if it drops in price quite a bit. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Portability is going to suck a lot of people in, and the fact that if you've played it before, it's like, fuck it, I'll try a different class, I'll try a different race.
Yeah.
I'll just go around punching people with my bare fists for a laugh.
Yeah, running around in my pants and a helmet.
We haven't heard Colin yet say it.
What's
You want me
Skyrim?
to sing the song?
Yeah.
It's been too long.
Oh,
You
He's
can't
grown
just
up.
force it out of people. It's sporadic.
He needs
That
to
sounds
be feeling
disgusting.
it. Anyway,
Skyrim, gotta get down on Skyrim.
no.
No, I don't do it
Amazing
as
when
good
it
as
came
Colin.
out. I can't believe you weren't into it. It's because you're too hipster.
What's
Too
the price
hipster.
for it on the Switch anyway?
Well,
Full price.
Full price.
550, isn't it?
Yeah,
Same as the
you get
like the
45,
VR
50
version
quid.
as well that
Yeah.
came out this week.
Milking the proverbial to Bethesda teat.
Yeah.
Squeeze out that goodness. Other things, Pinball FX 2, no, Pinball FX 3, sorry. So I'm on my fourth beer, so that's good.
Are we doing a tournament for that, Dan?
Possibly, I still haven't quite worked out how it all works yet. It all looks very similar, but they've kind of put new gubbins behind it so you can do tournaments and whatever, so I need to have a play around with it to see how it all works, I guess.
That Back to the Future table is my favourite.
Yeah, I haven't bought that.
Oh, so good. So
It's
worth
so
it.
good. How are the
Yeah.
voice actors on it? Are they all right?
Well, I think they sound the same, but then Leon walked in the room when I was playing and was like, those voice actors sound fucking terrible. I was like,
So
oh,
the
okay.
Han Solo good, are they? Han Solo good.
Yeah, well, she's obviously more into Back to the Future than me, so I didn't really notice, but she knows her shit when it comes to that.
Yeah,
so,
I believe Leon. I
yeah,
do.
yeah, I believe Leon over me as well. Yeah.
Is she nodding in approval?
She's reading a book in her
Yes.
blanket right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
It's. I got all my old tables back. Import was a piece of cake. And everything seems like it as it should be. There's some weird kind of leveling on every single table now where you can get extra. Is that contributing to the overall high score? Because it seems a bit cheaty.
I don't know, but it does seem a bit weird. But I do like the fact that they allowed you to import all your old tables, because I know a lot of games companies wouldn't let you do that. And which is why I did buy the Back to the Future table pack. It's the Universal pack, isn't it? It comes with that, Jaws, and E.T. and all of
Jaws
those.
is the greatest movie ever made.
It's a great film. It really, really is.
Yeah, E.T.'s cool.
Oh, Jaws.
Oh, Jaws.
I've got a canvas print of the Jaws print in my room.
Nice. I have been tempted by the Bethesda tables as well, because I've got a Skyrim table, but I've not taken a plunge on that yet.
Milk that Bethesda teat.
Yep. So if we do it, the problem that I've been thinking about, and why I haven't decided on doing the tournament for pinball yet, is because, like, what tables do you do? Because someone's going to end up having to buy a table at some point.
Yeah. Well, you just pick the core ones, I guess.
Haven't they got the original ones in it?
Yeah, they got the original ones.
Yeah, but if you've never played pinball before, I don't think you get any of the tables on this one.
You get paranormal.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Shall we do a paranormal fucking tournament then?
Pardon me. Pardon me.
How
That's it,
rude.
wasn't it? Sorry. You've missed me. What else am I going to talk about? Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. It's been out a while. I've played some of it. I'm disappointed in this.
I think everyone was with the reveal of it back in the day. But
I just play it and I'm like, it just feels a bit rushed, you know. And then I go back to play Street Fighter 5 and it's lovely and it's all cuddly and it's really well done and everything's precise.
What's your take on the new character and stuff?
He's all right actually. He's all right. He's a bit fiddly.
Was this Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, right?
Yeah, crossing over to Street Fighter 5. Yeah, but there's some, I don't know, there's something not quite right about it. It just doesn't feel right. That makes sense?
Yeah, it seemed to lack the usual flair that they sort of have. It seems more of like a Western developed Marvel versus Capcom than a Japanese division.
Exactly, there's no pizzazz. It's all kind of some of the facial animations are dog shit on toast. It just feels I like it, but I'm just not happy with it.
What platform did you buy it on?
PlayStation 4.
Okay.
You got the what's it in your fight stick or fight pad?
I got a fight pad. Yeah, all my fighting games are on PlayStation now. I don't bother putting fighting games on the Xbox. There's no point. So yeah, I don't know. There's something not quite right about it. And on top of that, it's £25 for 6 characters. And I normally, when Street Fighter 5 announced their season 1, I was like, take my money now. I was like, not yet. Let's wait for a sale, and then I'll get them. But we'll see. I don't know. Hey, disappointment all round. Never mind. It happens. And then hold on. Let me. Where is my list? Here it is. And then there's Super Bomberman R. There's some more content on that just come up.
Mate,
so you can actually.
I don't understand how this game is so fucking expensive.
Konami.
They don't release anything else.
That and Pro Evo, isn't it?
Yeah, that and Pro Evo and the occasional Castlevania rehash. So what else was there? That's about it, really. And a bit of Metal Gear Solid. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid. You played that? What? Which one?
No, not on Konami. That's what Konami released. I didn't play that.
Oh, sorry.
Wake up, Paul.
Come on, Paul. Stop playing video games while you're
I'm
podcasting.
not playing video games.
God.
You'll be glad to know, though, that part of the content drop, there's a whole new mode on it called Grand Prix, which messes around with the rules set on it. So it becomes a lot more competitive. It's almost like you score points for knocking other players out as opposed to last man standing, essentially, which is kind of cool. And also, you can also buy a load of Konami-based characters from the shop as well, not for real cash, but for points you earn in the game. So you can get like little, you can get Pyramid Head from Silent Hill.
Oh, fucking awesome!
And there's a couple of other really cool ones as well. So they've really gone into Konami's back catalogue, and they kind of cutesied them up a little bit.
Yeah, they had a similar thing in Saturn Bomberman, didn't they?
Yeah.
With like the 10-player one where you had like some sort of weird characters like PC Kid and stuff.
Yeah, and there's some characters. There's Dracula from Castlevania in there. One of the so it's Simon Belfont or whoever he is in as one of the characters as well. So it's all pretty cool, and you can get one of the nurses from Silent Hill as well, all the gored up ones, trying to all be kind of cute and gory at the same time, quite hideous really. So that's pretty cool. And the last thing I played was a lot of Mario Kart 8. So,
Yay!
Yeah. So that's.
Are they going to be releasing any new stuff for that? Like now it's on another platform, like new courses and stuff, or?
I haven't heard. I really don't know. You would hope so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because I know Zelda got a season pass, and I think they've got some of that already, haven't they? And
yeah, half of that at the moment. We're still owed another half of it, which should have been with us by now, I think.
they'll probably show it off at the Game Awards, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
they trailered quite a lot of Nintendo stuff there last year, didn't they?
Yeah, probably. Anyway, that's me done.
Nice. Who's next?
That'd be me, last but not least.
Last but not least. Yes.
Yeah, the usual really. I'll skip the usual 14 stuff, although I've been playing it a lot less recently, just on a sort of like burnt out a little bit on it to a certain degree, if that makes any sense. I think I've clocked over 9,000 now.
What? You're fucking insane, man.
How many days
it
is
might
that?
be less. I think it might be less than that, sort of a thing. It's not a full year or anything yet, but it's getting closer, sort of a thing.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's just sort of become more of a sort of like log in, just do my dailies, log off sort of a thing, because a lot of the other content is either, I don't know, you're almost sort of like left behind on it half the time, or you just sit in queues for fucking hours and never get in and just think, fuck it, I can't be bothered, I'll just play something else. So yeah, obviously, like I say, got the X. I was obviously mucking around with different bits and bobs on that. So sort of obviously testing out some of the older games. One of the games that was Xbox One X enhanced, which was quite surprising, was Warhammer Vermintide.
Oh.
So I basically booted that up, and if you do boot that up first off, you'll be quite surprised because all of your options menus and everything are really pissy small. Like, it's literally like a little box in the middle of your screen, so you have to increase the UI size by up to like 200% to actually make it full screen again.
Oh, that's
But
hilarious.
it was pretty weird, you know what I mean? Almost like back in the days on the old PCs when you used to increase the res and it just used to shrink the picture sort of a thing. But yeah, it's the same old game. It's still quite enjoyable. I didn't really see any differences in like the like FPS or anything. It still seemed pretty much the same. It just looked a lot crisper. Gone back to Tomb Raider because that's one of the other enhanced games, and I'm playing that on. It's not native 4K, but it is like I suppose like a checkerboard 4K, but it increases all the visual effects, like more light coming through, like the shadows and all other bits and bobs like that, and it does look really beautiful. Like, it was a decent enough looking game anyway when it came out, and it just makes it look a lot crisper and more sharper. And if you've got the game still, or you haven't played it, it's like £15 in the sale at the moment, and you get a lot of content for it now because it's pretty much bundled in with, I think, most of the season pass stuff as well. Unfortunately, there are still gripes I have with the gameplay to a certain degree. Like, whoever devised the classic swan dive mechanic in that game needs to be tarred and feathered in the most politest way possible. It's fucking shit, and it hardly ever works. But yeah, playing back to it after sort of like playing Uncharted 4 makes me appreciate how much the Uncharted games have actually made sure that Drake jumps in the fucking direction you're pushing, and doesn't constantly jump off the edge in the wrong fucking direction, or can't make a jump that a 10-year-old fucking kid could, bit of a thing, and can hold their breath underwater for longer than someone like myself. Because like Lara can hold her breath for like 10 seconds or something at the beginning of the game, which is like real pitiful. But yeah, still a fun game, enjoying that. And also basically spun around for a bit on Agents of Mayhem because they actually released a new DLC character which came out of nowhere.
Ooh.
Although it's been rumoured for a while, someone did like a lot of like digging around when the game first came out, when they're showing off other agents and stuff. Someone noticed an agent there called Safe Word, who's basically based upon Kinsey from the Saints Row series, the old FBI agent. So she's now been released as sort of like a DLC character in that, and it's pretty fun and cool to use. Uses like sort of like these gauntlet things. Sort of fires sort of like pulse energy beams out at people, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, just had a little go on that, and that was pretty much about it. And obviously been on a Fortnite a fair bit as well.
Nice. Dan, you got your Darth Vader mask on?
It's not me.
Ah, I thought it was you.
So I pulled my earpiece out. I don't think it's me.
Ah, I thought it was. I saw your thing moving when the breathing was going. Yeah, definitely you.
No, it's not me. It's me making an effort of it. Hold on.
That's
I'm
all
holding
right.
my breath.
Dan,
What was that noise? Fucking hell.
Darren, have you got anything else you want to talk about at all, or was that literally it?
Well, that was particularly it. I did have a couple of weird fucking moments actually on the Xbox One X this week to a certain degree with bloody party chat. It's the only issues I've actually had with the machine. Was the fact that the first day I got it, it wouldn't let me leave party chat. It wouldn't let me like push down on the D-pad or anything to even get down to the option to leave. So I had to turn it off. And I think it was like about 3 or 4 days ago, someone invited me into party chat, and it wouldn't join it, and it just said connecting. And then he sent me another invite, and as I accepted the invite, it fucking powered off my console.
What?
I was like, oh, what's going on here? And I couldn't even power it back up with the controller because obviously you turn the controller on and after a while it boots the thing up, but I had to actually use the button on the front to boot it up. So
Mine
that's
does the
a
opposite.
couple of weird little funny things it's done, but apart from that, everything's been fine on it.
My Xbox One original just randomly turns itself on every now and again. Do you get that?
What's that? Sorry.
I said my Xbox One, not it's an X, just a standard one. It just randomly turns itself on. It just
Oh,
No,
today.
I've never had that. Never had that.
I had that today. I came in, put the power on, turned the PS4 on, sitting there playing the PS4, and all of a sudden the Xbox just turns itself on. It just does that. It's like, don't forget about me, mate. You know, I'm playing here. That's what it does. It's done it for the last 6 months. So I don't know if this is what Microsoft have put in it or something or other. I don't know.
One of the things a lot of us are waiting for now, I suppose, who own the X, are just more sort of like the updated patches, the enhancements. So like we waiting on there's one coming I think for Forza Horizon 3 and obviously Fortnite apparently and like a majority of the others. Some of them have come through. There was an issue with I think it was like Titanfall 2 when that originally got its enhanced patch. It actually was worse than the PS4 Pro version. Sort of a thing, but a lot of the other sort of like patches for some of the other games are very similar. Like Diablo 3 is pretty much identical to a certain degree. The patch for Final Fantasy 15 is slightly identical. Like although you do get slightly improved detail on the X, but you lose there's drops in the FPS. Sort of a thing with it. But obviously the ones that are hitting the nail on the head at the moment are obviously the main companies like the guys behind, was it Turn 10, the Forza guys, because they've obviously got Forza 7 like full 4K, native 4K 60 FPS, which is pretty much what you want. Whereas a lot of the others are sort of like semi sort of thing in. It's like with the patch for that they have actually bought, because I did mention before, I was hoping they was going to do an upgrade for Agents of Mayhem. They sort of have on the X, but they've gone for like a 1440p resolution and the HDR, whereas on the PS4 Pro it's 1080p HDR but 60 FPS. So they've sort of sacrificed the FPS on the Xbox version for slightly increased resolution instead.
It's not a good game anyway, is it? So
I enjoy it. It's fun.
Fair.
Sort of a thing. So yeah, it's just hoping that obviously a lot more of the people pull the most out of it to a certain degree, because other things like Wolfenstein 2 and Assassin's Creed Origins, although they look slightly better on the X compared to the Pro, it's not like groundbreaking or anything. So if you've got then don't be too sort of like put off by it, because it is better, but it's not way better.
The thing you're going to find, Darren, is like for the multi-platform games, you're not going to notice a lot of difference, because they want to. Obviously, why are they going to put a lot of effort just to make it look better on one console than the other? They'll make them look more or less the same on the Pro and the X. Whereas Microsoft's own games, which there isn't a lot of, they will work damn hard to make sure they run at 4K 60 FPS. But the multi-platform games, you won't get that on many of them. I guarantee it.
Yeah, some of them have done it quite well. I mean, it's like, if anyone's out there's interested, just the Digital Foundry's got some videos up of comparing like Assassin's Creed on the Pro and the X and vice versa with Star Wars and stuff. And it's only really like if you're sitting back from your telly and stuff to a certain degree, you won't really notice a difference until they're like, look at this magnified by 300 times, and then you will slightly see a increase in like obviously texture or pixel count and stuff like that. But it's not like sort of chalk and cheese sort of a thing. So they're both still fantastic machines. But yeah, one of the other things that was quite weird, I think it was happened last week. Phil Spencer had an interview with like one of the publications, basically saying that Microsoft are actually investing in more studios to obviously produce games under Microsoft, which a lot of people were happy about. But also, not many people seem to point out the fact that in the exact same interview, he did happen to mention that in the future, it wouldn't be untoward to see Microsoft games on Sony or Nintendo consoles.
Ooh. Sounds interesting.
So they are throwing around the idea of just putting their games on every platform rather than actually even having Windows exclusives. They might even just put them all on other systems as well.
That's interesting. Anything else, Darren? Anything else?
No, that's really it, basically, to be honest. I wanted to pick up the Horizon Zero Dawn sort of DLC and stuff, but I've sort of like where I've been busy with all the other bits, there's no point really yet until I can give it my full attention.
Did you finish the main story then?
No, I'm right near the end of it. I'm sort of about 75 to 80% of the way through it.
I need to go back to that.
Finish it off, sort of a thing, to a certain degree. I fucking love that game. It is. Every time I stick it on, it is like it's another one of those games where, like, back in the day, like where you get certain games, obviously now where people be like, "Oh, this is the thing to show off your 4K and your HDR and all that." That was the one for the Pro back in the day, where sort of like they'd nailed it sort of to a degree, and it's like that was one of the ones you first saw, like a nice bump sort of a thing for it. Whereas like on the Xbox at the moment, it's sort of like your Gears is apparently quite a good one to look at the HDR and stuff on, and obviously Forza is probably the show one to show off with it, basically.
Right, shall I rattle through questions?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so first question is from Paul Clark. What do you guys think of EA's sort of backtrack and the microtransaction bollocks? Too little, too late. Did people power work in the end? Did people power work?
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah,
because otherwise, if no one kicked up a stink, then none of this would have happened for the day.
Oh, bloody hell.
That was not me.
Oh, my God.
That was not me.
How
Carry on.
rude. I'm going to have to do some editing in this show, aren't I?
Sorry.
No, you're not. You never read it.
From me, Kali Wally, let's get on Overwatch.
I think it was too little, too late. I don't think it's going to sell as well as what you think. But from what I've played with 10-hour trial, as I said earlier, it is actually a fun time. So, Paul Johnson says, "What are you all hoping Santa's big sack is going to bring you this Christmas?"
Don't really give a shit. Don't believe in Christmas or Father Christmas at that.
I wouldn't mind South Park.
Yeah.
The new one. Butthole.
I wouldn't.
The
I
Final
wouldn't.
Fantasy 14 orchestral arrangement album.
Oh my goodness. I wouldn't mind an Xbox X for Christmas, but I don't think it's going to happen.
You're getting a baby.
Okay, I'm getting a baby for Christmas.
Can you not trade the baby in CEX?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping for. Lols.
Webby, how long before you ask to take the baby back to the store and exchange it for
a day?
A day.
Can I get the 4K version, please?
Yeah, and also don't forget, Webby, as well, that this baby that's coming...
Can I please have the mutable version?
It's going to come with microtransactions for the next 20 years. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know. This is the thing, like, my concern about recording because I record the podcast in the front room. That's where my PC set up. So when the baby's here, I might have to move the PC to another room.
Chloroform, mate.
To the garden.
Yeah.
Big bottle of gin for you and the baby.
Pop down to the chemist and get a bottle of chloroform.
Hogarth says goodwill to all gamers. That's what he hopes for Christmas.
Oh,
That's
bless.
not going to happen.
Mate, the console wars will go on until the end of time.
No. Gamers will never be happy. They'll always moan.
Yeah. Apart from Nintendo gamers, they always just seem to be happy. And
Yeah,
right
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Nintendo rule, man.
Next question from Andy Robb. How quickly is Destiny 2 being forgotten about?
What?
A lot quicker than the first Destiny, that's for sure. What do you guys reckon?
Yeah.
Don't know,
Obviously, its fans just still love it and get into it, but it does seem like a lot of people have been left waiting for sort of like answers and content really recently. From a lot of the changes they've done, it seems like people were given far too much far too early, and people haven't got stuff to work towards, which in certain games like your MMO types, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for something off at the distance that's obtainable, but it's going to take you a while to get it. And that to me is satisfaction to obviously eventually get, not like Star Wars where someone can just sort of like buy a load of loot boxes and grind cash to buy it outright, sort of a thing.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, I mean, I've picked up Destiny 2 twice. I really enjoyed it on the PS4, but I wanted to get it on the PC. I am enjoying it, but I am noticing a lack of people to play it with, which is not a good sign for longevity. But I'm hoping that the DLC that comes out soon kind of rejuvenates it a little bit, but we will see.
You might even like it might even be the fact of this whole games of a service thing is starting to sort of like wear thin quite quickly, or quicker than people expect. I mean, if the whole Anthem gamble for EA doesn't pay off, then they could be in some quite dire straits to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's BioWare, but for all you know, Anthem could fail, and then BioWare's the next company on the chopping block.
We shall see.
Mm.
Okay, should we move on? Mark Tudor, here's a good question. What's the best TV show you've seen this year? He really enjoyed Ozark. Never heard of it. Is that a
Stranger
Netflix?
Things.
It's a Netflix thing. I never saw
is
that. Star Trek Discovery is very, very, very good.
Yes, I would have to agree with Dan.
It's excellent, in fact. I couldn't have hoped for a better Star Trek series.
As a massive Star Trek fan myself, I love the new Star Trek. But for me, the best show of the year is Stranger Things, easily.
Yeah, but new shows.
I haven't finished it, but this series to me, like I've been watching it with a friend, and obviously we're part way through it now, and he sort of turned around to me, sort of part
Is
of
this
it.
a lady friend?
Way through, like it's like just, it pop round, and it's like I think it was on like episode 7 or 8, and I think there's about 9 episodes, isn't there?
Yeah. Yep.
And it starts to get a bit silly and too over the top to a certain degree, and he was like, "This is entertaining me, but it's a bit silly at the same time," sort of a thing. And I was like, "I know what you mean. Like, it's still a really good show, and I'm enjoying it, but it does seem a bit too over the top."
I'm gonna say now, episode 7 of Stranger Things series 2 was fucking shit.
Is that? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a throwaway episode.
Oh my god! What is wrong with you?
Episode 7
There's
was
a shit punk in it, for fuck's sake.
Right,
A shit fucking punk. Done.
sort of a thing.
Season
The
2
whole
wasn't as
episode
good as
was
season
very Brighton. Very Brighton.
With what, sorry?
The whole episode was very Brighton.
Very Brighton. Why?
Mohawks, combat boots, tattoos. No?
Really?
No, I love Stranger. I just want to go back to Stranger Things. Fucking awesome. If you don't like it, you're a fucking retard. Just put it out there.
At the moment, I'm enjoying Blue Planet, obviously.
Oh, that's on next. I'm going to have to say no to Overwatch and watch Blue Planet after this.
What?
Yeah, I'm watching Blue Planet after we finish it.
What is that? Some Earth thing?
Yeah, with David Attenborough.
It's David Attenborough, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So if
Balls
you
to
have,
that.
so Colin, if you have a 4K TV, apparently this show is great in 4K.
What? Fish swimming in the ocean and
Yeah,
drone shots
I
of
know
a
to say though,
volcano.
I have watched all the episodes of Blue Planet so far, and it is really good. So
There's
you
some
must.
fucked up
you've got
things.
to
Is it
There's some
BBC
fucked up
published?
things. Yeah,
Yes.
BBC.
Yeah.
Have you heard of what's called a bobbit? Have you heard about the bobbit worm?
Oh, No.
meter-long
Oh, yeah,
worm.
yeah, the bobbit worm. Yeah.
Hides under the sand. They had that was on last week. Fucking hell, mate.
Oh, it's fucked up,
yeah.
man.
It's literally just sits there. Do you know why it's called a bobbit? It's because remember John Bobbitt who had his cock chopped off by his wife for cheating. That's why it's called a bobbit worm, because it's going to have your tadger.
Oh, I just thought what also has been really good this season, the last season of Game of Thrones.
Oh, I thought it was okay.
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this last season of Game of Thrones because it sort of, I know it went quite fast, it was quite sped up, and it jumped about a bit more, but it got somewhere. It wasn't just the usual, stick in the mud,
Yes, Dan, we can hear you. Oh shit! Oh, he's just cut out. Go on. Sorry, Stunty.
No, but I just thought it was good. It just sort of moved on a bit more this time.
Yeah.
So it was good.
That's some
Enjoyed
good
it.
stuff.
Been some good stuff this year. I think Legion was this year. I really enjoyed that. Also, I haven't checked it out, but I know that the new season of Mr. Robot's partway through.
Yes.
I'm
So
hoping it's going to be good.
I've watched all the episodes of Mr. Robot on Amazon Prime so far, and fuck me, it is brilliant this season.
I hear people say it's boring.
Well,
Yeah,
those
but
people
we
are
got bored.
fucking boring. Have boring lives. No, it is. It's really good. It is. I enjoy it.
Yeah, Preacher
Hogarth.
was good as
I just
well.
want to mention Hogarth, who seems to be the only person who's commenting on our Twitch chat.
God bless him.
God bless Hogarth. If you like Stranger Things, download or watch. I've actually watched the first few episodes of this on Amazon Prime Video. A documentary called The Dark Files. It's all about subject matter and American project that largely influenced Stranger Things.
Interesting.
Yeah, watch it.
He also asked me if I know what the Montauk Project is, and I don't know what that is.
We'll have to Google that after the show.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we move on to another question?
Yeah. Hello, Dan.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear you,
Yeah,
Dan.
yeah.
I've got this weird beeping going on. Go, carry on.
Is your battery running low, by any chance?
No, not at all. No.
Okay.
I've got this. Go for it.
You plugged up your Duracells in your head.
Yep.
Steve Powell says, what's the best opening video scene for a game you've ever seen?
Mass Effect 2.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, I was going to say that's up there. Definitely up there. Metal Gear 5, that opening was fantastic.
I think you know
there's
what
been
mine
some
is.
good ones. Bioshock was cracking
Yeah.
as well, although it was like pretty minimalist compared to some of the others that have been mentioned.
I think the opening scene for Final Fantasy VII is the greatest opening scene of a video game ever in the history of video games. Yes, because I remember
Call it a scene, Webby.
being a young lad and getting my PS1 and loading this game up, and I was blown away by this episode. I was like, this is the future of gaming. It was amazing. Come on.
Then he realised he didn't have a memory card.
Lols.
Because you needed a memory card for them.
You need a memory card. But yeah, the opening scene for Final Fantasy VII was amazing. The whole scene with Aerith walking down the street, and then it zooms out with the train, and you look at the city. Oh, sexy. Rooski Doo says FF7 for fuck's sake.
Right, next. Come on, next.
Come on, man. Right, next question. Kevin Hulm. I've just joined the PS4 train, having missed the entire PS3 exclusive catalogue and PS4 up to now. What are the must-play games that I need to catch up with? Uncharted and Last of Us are already on the list. Cheers.
The Order 1886.
Yay! I keep thinking about that one. Yeah, you've got to play that. Everyone's slagging
Most
it off,
people
right?
don't like that, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say. I'd say Infamous. Like that was one that you probably missed out on PS Plus.
Tokyo
like,
Jungle.
Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
Is he on about
Jason!
PS3 or PS4?
I don't know. Heavy Rain
PS4.
got remastered, didn't it? So.
Oh, PS4.
Yeah.
Tokyo Jungle's PS3. Sorry. I don't know.
Again, look out for some pretty cracking deals. Like
Oh,
towards
Street
the end
Fighter
of the year.
5. There we go.
That actually
Like
fixed
for
it.
Horizon and
Yeah.
So you've got we got Bloodborne, The Order, Persona 5, Horizon Zero Dawn, which I haven't played enough of. Hellblade, which I want to play.
Last of Us remastered. Definitely. If you
After
didn't
dark,
like
it's
it.
until dawn. Not after dawn. Hogarth. Yep.
Uncharted 4. It's hard to recommend a lot of games.
Last
'cause,
of
like,
Us.
A lot of my stuff's like crazy Japanese and people won't appreciate it.
Everybody's Golf.
Like Nioh as well. That's definitely worth picking up.
What's that
Crash,
one?
Crash Bandicoot.
Yakuza.
Yeah,
What's the one you have
God,
to
yeah, Yakuza.
What are we trying to say, Dan?
I downloaded a game. It was that pigeon dating sim the other day. It was on free on PlayStation.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
What's it
It's
called?
a pigeon
Hateful
Hateful
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend, it is.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
it. That's it. Is it good?
No.
Okay.
Ask Pigeon John, mate.
Pigeon John, yeah, Pigeon John. I like Pigeon John. Oh yeah, Resogun as well is good.
Yeah,
Oh,
they've
there we go.
actually stepped away from doing the arcade titles now, haven't they? They said they're not sustainable anymore. But they did release two pretty similar games, like almost back to back, didn't they?
Yeah.
sort of a thing, which didn't do particularly well. Valkyria Chronicles Remastered as well is absolutely fantastic, and you can probably get that for about a tenner. Like if you like grid-based sort of tactical JRPGs.
You got The Last Guardian, which, well, give it a go. It is a good game, but if you can get past the wonky camera.
There's a lot out there. It's just odd to recommend a lot of things, to be honest. And there will be, like I say, a lot of really good sales between now and Christmas. Yeah, Wipeout.
Yeah, Wipeout as well. Yeah, Crash as well. I just started playing that. Actually.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Anyway, should we move on?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So Nick Wilson says, do you think the Xbox One X and PS4 Pro are going to delay the PS5 and next Xbox? And if so, when do you think the new machines will come out?
They won't.
Oh, someone's buzzing.
I'm saying 2019, possibly for PS5.
What are we in now? We're in 18, aren't we?
17.
Oh, 17, yeah. Right,
I
okay.
probably might tease something like next 3 or something.
I'm starting to wonder if there will even be a generation again.
Well, if there won't be, they'll end up doing another upgrade from the PS4 Pro. And to be honest, if they do that again with PlayStation, I think people are going to be put off.
Yep.
So
Definitely.
they have to basically step it up and go like, no, this is the next proper thing, rather than doing another incremental. Because to do it twice, people are going to be like, no, you can fuck off. Sort of a thing.
Maybe.
Who knows? I think a lot of the times they will just watch and see what happens. These people out there.
I mean, you've still got fantastic stuff coming out, even for like the standard systems anyway, like ahead. To be honest, like things that look really, really good, sort of a thing. So you don't even really need the Pro or the upgraded things for those anyway, really.
Right, shall we move on? Imran Roper says, how long can Microsoft keep churning out the same IP now the excitement of the new hardware will be coming to an end? Is new IP the key to continuing the momentum, or do you believe new hardware and rehashed, patched, familiar IP is enough?
No, they can't keep. We will get another Gears, we will get another Halo, but they're going to start going off different things. I mean, they've got like little off-spin type things anyway, haven't they? Like your Ori and the Blind Forest. Like the next one of them is going to be out, I presume, next year, and should be pretty fucking great. Because I know a lot of people really like the first one, but they should start mentioning stuff like as of next year, because otherwise it'll be a repeat of this year where you've got Sony coming out like literally throwing grenades of like exclusives at the opposition, sort of a thing, and they haven't got anything to throw back.
I just think the last Halo and the last Gears were rubbish, and I don't think it's enough.
Pretty much the same.
I think like Sony have so many great exclusives, whereas the Xbox is just like Forza, Halo, and Gears of War. It's really...
not necessarily just that as well. You've got to think along the lines of like you've got like the different studios, like the guys that did Killzone didn't do another Killzone. They went off and did Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
You had the guys that did like Infamous. They've now gone off and done an open world samurai game.
Yeah.
But they're not sticking to just constantly churning out the same sequels, sort of a thing. The only ones that have been slightly guilty of that is Naughty Dog, and obviously, but after The Last of Us 2, I think we're going to see something new from them, because Uncharted's technically done from them now.
Good point.
Right. Next is Tom Harding. Over the years, many console manufacturers have come and gone. Would you like to see another company enter the console wars? Either a new company or someone from the past, e.g. Sega. Do you think that there's anything new or fresh?
Uber?
Do you think there's anything new and fresh that another contender could bring to the market?
Guys, make us some Candy Crush. No.
I think it'd be very difficult for a new manufacturer for consoles to come out now, because the reason that Microsoft did so well with the Xbox is because they kind of pioneered the console online gaming market with Xbox Live. Like, no one had really seen that before. I mean, the Dreamcast did it, but not very well. So that's kind of
both
where
Dreamcast and PS2 were half-arsed with their online stuff.
So this is where Microsoft really built their market share around his Xbox Live, and that's kind of dwindling now because the PS4 online is so good as well. And I think it'd be very hard for someone else to come in. You look at OnLive has tried. You've had that Ouya console.
What about this Atari box thing
that's going to suck dick,
touted?
mate.
I think the only one, if the company was to turn up and go, we're coming into the console market, and it would be a returner, which would turn a lot of heads, would be Sega. I think they'd be one of the only ones where people would be like, yeah, I'm checking that out, sort of thing. Whereas, like you say, if someone else done it, it'd be like, I don't know.
It won't happen.
No, it won't happen.
I mean, Apple were going to dip in, weren't they? But they didn't.
Well, it's already a bit of a competition. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with like the 3 console thing anyway, to be honest. I mean, back in the day, it was like even more than that. You had like PlayStation or Sony, Sega. You had like Neo Geo. You had Atari. You had all sorts. Like PC Engine as well. Like all had machines out around the same time. You had like possible 5, 6, 7 different consoles around the same time. Now we're down to 3. And I think that's a nice kind of balance.
Yeah, I think, because Nintendo have always been one of those companies that they don't give a fuck about, our system's the most powerful. I think they just concentrate on great games that are exclusive to their system. So, you speak to people that say, the only reason I bought a Switch is because I wanted to play Zelda. Games
Mario,
sell consoles at the end of the day. That's what they sell, And this is where I see the Xbox One X struggling a little bit because there's not really any games that you're going to say, I'm going to buy an Xbox X to play Gears because it's not that great.
Yeah, but also I will say I completely forgot all this. Kudos for Microsoft for actually making some of the 360 games 4K compatible.
Yeah, that is pretty
compatibility.
Awesome.
That's fucking like, tip of the hat for that, definitely, because it's like not only are you keeping old games relevant, but you're also keeping them up to date and improving on them as well with it, which they didn't have to do at all. That was just like a special bonus with sort of some of the sort of stuffs.
And you have to give big props to Microsoft for the cross-play as well with PC and Xbox. It's been great playing like Forza 7 on my PC with Xbox friends, and you can do that with Gears as well, and various other games. I would like to see Halo 5 maybe make a PC appearance at some point. I think that would be pretty cool. But
I'd eventually like the day when there's a multi-platform game on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and the Switch, and everyone can play on the same game together.
I mean, Rocket League is almost there. So, that's the last question. Well, man, that's been a long show this week. Wow, nearly 3 hours.
Bloody hell!
Sorry,
like Colin.
Special. We only went an hour over your dedicated time.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But this makes up for all those months that you haven't turned up.
Okay.
So, unless there's anything you guys want to mention or anyone else on the Twitch chat wants to mention, very quickly type something in. If not, we're going to end.
Just look out for a lot of nice sales over the next few days.
Yeah, man. Good times. Be a good time for Stunty to pick up his 4K TV.
I've got my eye on, was it Evil Within 2 and Assassin's Creed Origins at the moment.
Nice.
For hopefully get them both for under 30 quid or something. That'd be pretty sweet.
Well, Evil Within 2's already £25.
Still need to play the first one. So there's no point buying the second one.
Well, I don't think you need to actually play it, to be honest. It's just to do with like the protagonist, isn't it? As far as I know.
I would like to play the first one first, though.
Yeah, it is a good game.
Definitive edition of the first game.
Need more time though. I've got too many games, as I said many a times, on the go at the moment. I need to start finishing some of them. I feel like I'm going back into that old routine again.
So many games, so little time. Yeah,
Right,
I
skip
mean,
to
I'm
the
trying
end.
to. I mean, I'm trying to finish Evil Within 2. I'm up to chapter 7. I'm not sure how many chapters are in the game, but
12, ain't?
yeah, it's good, but it's fucking freaky, man. That's why I can only play it for a short amount of time in one go. It shits me up. So,
Oh, did you try Resident Evil VR when you were down Dave's?
No, because he hasn't got the game.
Oh,
So,
like racking up the credit card debt.
oh dear. Colin's racking up the credit card debt.
Well, what's she buying?
Don't know. What's she buying, Colin?
microtransactions on Battlefront 2.
Right,
Although he can't because they've been switched off.
right, guys, we do need to end here. It's been great having you guys all back on. I'd love to see you all come back on again very soon. We're looking at recording next week, Sunday, 7:30 p.m. I'm going to get someone from the community on next week, so watch out on your Facebook inbox for that. So yeah, hopefully Dan or Colin can appear again soon as well. Obviously, my ever faithful Darren and Stunty will always be here by my side, so I don't have to worry about them. Yeah. So from me, Mark Webb, Gamer Tag, Piston DST Muddy, Webby 407.
Collie Wally. Let's play Overwatch.
I need to go to bed. It's number 1 Stumpmaster.
Blue Planet 2's on. It's in my dad.
Yes, same. Getting ready for that. Sensei Switch.
So thank you very much. There is another announcement I'm yet to make. The website, the mojo-interactive.net website, will be going down forever. On the 1st of December, I've cancelled the hosting.
And rightly so.
Because
I didn't even know we still had that.
Yeah, because no one ever fucking goes on it, so I fucking cancelled
It was the perfect home for Russian furry hat and Ugg boot sellers, mate.
So that's another thing. So
and rubbish usernames cats.
So I'm going to say, don't forget to visit the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Mojo Interactive. Follow us on Twitter at Mojo_INT, and you can find our Discord group in the show notes. So thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
What time did Blue Planet start then? 10?
No, 9. No, 8 until 9, but it's on iPlayer.
Oh, okay, it's on iPlayer.
I'm going to watch that.
I've got a
I'm
sore
going to
bum.
have a couple of crumpets, then I'm going to go to watch Blue Planet and go to bed.
Nice.
Yeah, same.
Blue Planet.
Or the crumpets, because they're horrible.
Colin, you need to watch Blue Planet.
I need to eat a crumpet.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Well, crumpets are lovely. Toasted crumpets with a bit of syrup on top.
You need a little bit of butter on them. They're like an English muffin, but more dense. I had a crumpet when I stayed at
It's
Webby.
basically like greasy batter with butter. I think.
Nah.
Crumpets?
Maybe in a rain and fish and chip shop, mate.
Colin even had cucumber
that's
sandwiches
so
when he was at mine.
That's not food.
It's,
Cucumber sandwiches.
yeah, it's very
No.
British.
We had
Yeah, if
high
you mix
tea on
it
the
with
streets
cheese
of
and stuff.
Windsor.
Yeah.
Zucchini sandwiches.
And then we went to the private
bean
apartment.
sandwiches, mate.
The private and public apartments.
It was good times.
Bailey.
Right.
George Hall.
I'm going to go, dudes.
Yep, same man.
Yep, no worries.
Thank you to the 4 listeners
good stuff.
on the Twitch.
4. 4 listeners. Hello.
4
Bye-bye.
live listeners. We love you.
Right.
We love all 4 of you. Especially Hogarth because he talks the most. And Ruski.
Right.
And someone called Control V 101. Hello. And
Das
good night.
Vidania. Spasiba.
Yes. We're going to say
Bye.
good night now. And we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Catch you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.